Lucia and Lucia, you promised me you would change. Why? Why are you dead drunk again? I refuse my marriage to Lucia. Everlight was arranged by grandfather. On what grounds are you canceling it?
Your grandfather. That old bastard must have lost his mind back then. Marrying you off to a drunkard. It's utterly absurd, daughter. You're the greatest beauty in the imperial capital. How can you marry a hopeless case like him?
So you're going to marry me off to that scum Marcus Harkin?
Evelyn Ochsage. Zane of the Sky Dawn Temple is about to achieve apotheosis, patriarch. Harkin and Ochsage Zane's families have been allies for generations. When one man ascends, his whole circle benefits. By marrying into the Harkin dynasty, our Quinn house will join the ranks of the top-tier houses. Your grandfather is dead. In the Quinn house today, your father and I call the shots. As for Lucian Everlight, young Master Harkin will take care of him.
Mom, you can't.
Today, from Mistvale Mountain's Sky Dawn Temple, the 64th generation Violet Seer, Victor Zane, will begin the ritual to borrow a gate from heaven and earth and attain eternal life.
Cripple him.
Here to collect a debt? Wait a minute.
Hey kid, you dare to fight our young Master Harkin for a woman?
I think you've got a death wish.
It's the heavenly trial. Someone is ascending. "10 years of silence. My cultivation lost. I've been drifting aimlessly, and somehow ended up with a wife. I once defeated earthborn immortals, shook the gods, and my sword shattered the heavens. Today my memories are finally unsealed. Oh, celestial order. I, the exile of the mortal veil, have returned.
Let me out, let me out. Stay back, stay back.
Come on, little lady, have a drink with us. Come on, little lady, have a drink with us. Don't worry, we'll be good to you.
What do you think you're doing? Get lost.
Get him.
I was being harassed by thugs. He stepped in to help me and saved me from harm. But he himself was badly injured.
This child's fate is extraordinary. His aura is overwhelming. This is the descent of the star of fate. If our Quinn house can bring him into the family, we will soar to the heavens.
Lucia, where are you?
To the northwest. This heavenly trial is coming from Mistvale Mountain. I can't believe it. The little cowherd boy who used to follow me around crying and begging to learn the ways of the Tao is now about to achieve apotheosis himself. His fate is tied to the Warbringer.
The invocation of 9 seals is upon him.
There isn't enough ether essence in the world. I'm afraid he's doomed fine. Since fate has brought us together, I can't bear to watch your body and soul be obliterated. I'll help you this once. I ride the wind on my sword, cleansing evil between heaven and earth. I have a sword that can open the celestial gate.
In the end, I cannot break through the shackles of heaven and earth?
The Archsage is going to fail.
Impossible. The Archsage is the foremost master of our arts. How could he fail?
Throughout history, the Archsage is the first practitioner to summon the heavenly trial.
Even in failure, he has created a legend.
Actually, I am not the first to face this trial. I know of one man. He wielded the 3-foot blade of Aeon and made a great vow to allow everyone in the Grantia to cultivate. With a single slash, he opened the heavens, letting ether essence flood into the Grantia. But alas, he ultimately met with a mishap. He suffered a backlash from the celestial order and lost his memories.
Wielding the 3-foot blade of Aeon to bring justice on behalf of heaven.
Such a
truly great man.
Frederick, this heavenly trial, I'm afraid I cannot pass it after I die. I entrust the Sky Dawn Temple to you.
Grandmaster.
Why are you crying? I'm a cultivator. I've long made peace with life and death. My only regret is that I never had my master's courage to make a great vow before death that could change the fate of all people.
It's the blade of Aeon.
The master has returned.
The heavenly trial has vanished. Grandmaster, you now possess a divine vessel, transcending the mortal coil, the heavenly trial. You have passed it.
It was the master who awakened and shielded me from this calamity. Otherwise, even with an immortal body, I doubt I could have withstood the edge of the blade of Aeon just now.
The mortal immortal has emerged. The world of cultivation is about to change.
Where are the members of the 4 great houses?
They are all waiting in the main hall. The patriarchs of the 4 great houses of the imperial capital have all reached the realm of transcendence, just one step away from facing their own heavenly trial. Their purpose in gathering at Mistvale Mountain was to observe and learn from the experience.
Congratulations, Archsage, on passing through the celestial gate, enduring the lightning trial, and achieving apotheosis. Brother Zane, from ancient times to now, you are the first to become an immortal. Please share your experience and secrets with us.
What experience and secrets are there to share? If not for my master's help, my soul would have been scattered to the winds long ago. His master? He has awakened? That's right. We have been immersed in the arts for a century, and besides the mortal immortal, we have never seen anyone.
With such an immense sword aura.
For everyone in the Grand Xia. The chance to ascend lies in the hands of the master. Find the blade of Aeon, and you'll find the mortal immortal.
My head hurts.
I feel awful.
I told you not to drink so much, but you just wouldn't listen.
Water.
Hubby.
Will you be good to me for the rest of my life?
This journey in the mortal world. I see now you are my only reason for living. You never gave up on me. Now that I have returned, I will grant you a magnificent world and let you enjoy boundless glory. I'll make the Quinn lineage rise to the pinnacle of this world. Victor Zane, relay my order. Victor Zane, relay my order to all cultivators in the world. In 1 week, I will be at the Ascension Terrace to fulfill my great vow and let ether essence return to the Grand Xia.
Long-range resonance. This is the Master's divine power.
If ether essence floods the Grand Xia, we all might have a chance to ascend.
I'll return at once to inform the younger generation of my family of this incredible news.
In 1 week, we shall gather again at Mistvale Mountain to welcome the mortal immortal.
In the coming days, everyone must be on their best behavior if we offend the mortal immortal. I'm afraid none of us will ever attain eternal life.
When the Master opened the celestial gate with his sword, it was right here at the Ascension Terrace. Now that he's returning to this sacred place, he must be absolutely certain of his success. I, Victor Zane, on behalf of Mistvale Mountain, congratulate you all in advance on your rebirth and achieving apotheosis.
Thank you, Archsage.
Evelyn, from now on you are my woman.
What? Still thinking about Lucien Everlight, that useless bum? Let me tell you the truth. I've already sent people to cripple him. Even if he's not dead, he'll be a cripple with all his limbs broken.
I already agreed to marry you. Why do you still have to be so ruthless? Let me go. I need to confirm if Lucien is safe. If he's dead, I won't live without him.
If you want to leave, I won't stop you. But all of Quinn Corporation's projects have been shut down by my order. After our wedding night, I'll naturally lift.
The blockade on Quinn Corporation.
You really?
Aren't leaving us any way to survive, are you?
Do you want this hopeless case? Or do you want to save your family's lives? Don't say I didn't give you a choice. Lucien Everlight better not show up around the hotel. I've set up the celestial snare and stationed layers of elite guards. If he dares to appear, I'll have his head.
Just a few pathetic cronies from your Harkon house? You aren't even worthy of polishing my shoes. And you think you can stop me? Evelyn.
Lucien. You're okay. I'm so glad, so glad.
You thought I was dead?
Yeah.
A few worthless grunts from the Harkon house could never get near me. The person who can kill me hasn't been born yet.
Hey, who is this guy? Why is he hugging young Master Harkin's wife?
He dares to steal young Master Harkin's wife? Where did this guy come from? He's got a death wish.
Lucien Everlight. You shameless piece of trash. What are you doing here?
If I didn't come, you'd have already married off my wife.
You filthy toad still dreaming about my daughter? You and your poor, pathetic look are absolutely disgusting. What right do you have to fight young Master Harkin for a woman?
Mom, that's enough.
Shut up, Lucien Everlight. I'd rather let my daughter die alone than let her go back to you. Let me make this perfectly clear to you today. Today's wedding is happening.
Then let me tell you something, too. I'm taking Evelyn with me. If you want to die, feel free to try and stop me.
Lucien Everlight, is it?
Huh?
You drunken bum. You're quite a fighter, huh? Too bad being a good fighter is useless. In this world, there are always people and powers that fists cannot solve. For example, the position my Harkon dynasty holds is a height someone like you could never reach in your lifetime. My Harkon dynasty is one of the 4 great houses of the imperial capital, and we're allied with the Sky Dawn Temple of Mistvale Mountain for generations. My ancestor, Patriarch Harkin, was once the guardian of the Blade of Aeon. All of this is something a lowlife like you could ever understand.
The Sky Dawn Temple is the sect whose Grand Master just achieved apotheosis.
Yes, that's right. The mortal immortal sent a message to the Archsage that in 1 week he will flood the Grand Xia with ether. Essence, so, to oppose my Harkon dynasty is to oppose the Sky Dawn Temple, is to make an enemy of the mortal immortal, is to make an enemy of the entire world.
Now you should understand the gap between us.
Young Master Harkin is the perfect match for Evelyn. As for you, Lucien Everlight, you're not even worthy of carrying her shoes.
It's long been rumored that the Blade of Aeon's Power is the personal sword of the one and only sword immortal.
Now that the mortal immortal has appeared, and with Patriarch Harkon's merit in guarding the blade, the rise of their house is a foregone conclusion.
This Lucien Everlight may have guts, but he can't escape his fate of dying here.
Back then, Elder Quinn personally arranged the marriage and betrothed Evelyn to me. Are you really breaking the engagement?
Pah! He was senile back then to have chosen a loser like you. You're a freeloader and you say it with such pride, and now you're standing in the Quinn house's way.
Elder Quinn's legacy in building this house is indeed admirable. But in the end, it's all going to be ruined by a short-sighted old woman like you.
Lucian Everlight, anyone can talk big. The difference in status between you and young Master Harkin is like heaven and earth. Do you think a few words from you can change that?
You brat only. I can make Evelyn stand at the pinnacle of this nation. When the mortal immortal elevates the Harkin dynasty, I will give Evelyn a life of glory and wealth. And you, what can you give her? For a low life like you, just seeing me is an honor. Bowing your head before me is a supreme blessing.
You want me to bow my head? Then you'll have to kneel. If you knew my true identity, you would gouge out your own eyes to punish yourself for being so blind.
Lucien Everlight, are you trying to make me laugh myself to death? Make me kneel. Do you think you're the stunningly brilliant, heaven-cleaving mortal immortal?
And what if I said I am that mortal immortal? You asked what I can give her? Then I'll let you see for yourself. Victor Zane, hear my command. Inform the heads of the 4 great houses of the imperial capital to assemble with me at once. Show your sincerity. Those who satisfy me will be the first to achieve apotheosis.
An urgent summons from the mortal immortal. Archsage Zane, please, after you. I must go and report.
Today, I am going to pay my respects to the mortal immortal. Everyone is forbidden from stepping outside the house. Await my orders at home until I return.
Yes.
Matriarch, how long has it been since you've dressed up so carefully? With such exquisite makeup today, are we expecting some important guests at home?
The mortal immortal has summoned us. The 4 great houses are gathering. If I want to leave a lasting impression on that great figure, how could I not look my best?
The matriarch is peerlessly beautiful. You'll surely captivate the mortal immortal.
Unless the mortal immortal has no interest in women, otherwise I will undoubtedly be the most dazzling presence today.
Lucian Everlight, look at you, always drunk, you, the mortal immortal. And I'm the queen of heaven face reality. Young Master Harkin is a man of immense worth, while you were born, a worthless bastard. How can you even compare to him?
My God, you look so pathetic. You're worse than a piece of gum on the street that a dog peed on, and you dare to dream of commanding the 4 great houses? Ah. Lucien Everlight, do you dare to make a bet with me?
What do you want to bet?
If the heads of the 4 great houses truly appear, I'll do as you said and gouge out my own eyes. But if they don't, not only will you give up, Evelyn, you'll kill yourself on the spot. Do you dare to take that bet?
Mom, you've all gone too far. Marcus Harkin, you're pushing him too hard. Sooner or later, you'll face divine retribution.
Evelyn, can't you see it yet? Lucian Everlight is insane. He didn't even take out a phone to make a call. He just waved a stupid brush around. Do you really think the heads of the 4 great houses are just going to see that?
My dear lady, it's called long-range resonance. After all, this Lucien Everlight is the legendary mortal immortal.
Will you do it yourself? Or should I help you?
What? Lucien Everlight, have you developed a delusion of grandeur, endless bragging and spouting nonsense? Where are they? Where?
Young Master Harkin, what's going on?
Don't panic, madam. It must be the other 3 great houses. They must have heard about the Harkin house's relationship with the Skydon Temple and heard about my wedding banquet today. They've come to offer their congratulations. Honored heads of the 3 great houses, welcome. Forgive me for not greeting you sooner. Please forgive my oversight.
Get out of the way.
Heads of the 3 great houses. You must be here to deal with this kid. Don't worry, this kid dared to impersonate the mortal immortal. I will represent the Harkin house and take care of him.
The head of the Harford family.
The head of the Norwin family.
The head of the Halden family.
Pay our respects to the mortal immortal. We pay our respects to the mortal immortal.
We pay our respects to the mortal immortal.
We beseech the mortal immortal to emerge into the world and lead us to achieve apotheosis.
All of you rise. The people from the Harkin house. Why haven't they come?
Who knows? We heard your call and rushed over immediately.
The mortal immortal. He really is the mortal immortal.
I can't believe.
A mortal immortal could be this young. Looks like Marcus Harkon really picked a fight with the wrong person.
Linya was blind. She couldn't recognize a true dragon. The Quinn lineage is completely finished now.
As a first-time visitor, this is just a small token of our respect. My Harford family has been protected for generations by the reclusive sect, the Hall of the Warlord. This cultivation manual, though it can't grant true apotheosis once mastered, it's enough to ward off all illnesses and add decades to one's lifespan. It's no less valuable than the treasures of Skydon Temple.
My Norwin family has been in business for generations. While we may not be richer than the Harkon dynasty, a mere 10 billion doesn't need to be given as part of a partnership. I've already instructed my finance department to transfer it directly to the Quinn account.
My Halden family is backed by the Oracle Pavilion. We have considerable expertise in astrology and geomancy. I can gift you the dragon vein I possess. It will ensure the Quinn house is protected by the dragon's aura for generations. Within a year, someone from your family will surely rise to a high position of power.
Marcus Harkon. I told you only I can make the Quinn lineage soar. Do you believe me now? One cannot speak of ice to a summer insect. You and I are not in the same league. How could you possibly know the extent of my power and influence?
Since you have seen the mortal immortal, why do you not kneel?
Young man, are you deaf? Are you saying
that just because Richard Harkin isn't here,
we can't deal with you?
Lucien.
I'll explain later. Since a bet was made, it must be honored. I'll ask you one more time. Will you do it yourself, or shall I help you?
Young Master Harkin, what do we do?
Honored heads.
You must have made a mistake. This person's name is Lucien Everlight. He's the Quinn house's useless live-in son-in-law. He's a gambling addict. A person like him is a waste of air. He's just scum. How could he possibly be the mortal immortal?
I've long heard that the Harkon dynasty lacks a worthy successor. It seems the rumors are true.
Young man.
Based on what you just said, if not for your ancestors' century of service guarding the blade, I'm afraid the entire Harkon dynasty would be erased from existence.
What, you still don't believe it?
I don't believe it. I only believe what I see with my own eyes. Honored heads, the personal sword of the mortal immortal, is my Harkon dynasty's Aeon steel. The man and the sword are one. The sword never leaves his side, but this brat is empty-handed. How can he bear the title of sword immortal?
When the blade of Aeon is drawn, blood must be spilled. Have you thought this through?
The matriarch said the mortal immortal is the strongest being in heaven and earth.
When he appeared out of nowhere back then,
it was a blessing for our nation for 100 years.
His mysterious disappearance later
directly caused our nation's world of mystic arts to regress by a century. Such a dazzling talent of a generation, how could it possibly be you, Lucien Everlight? Impossible. I don't believe it. I wouldn't believe it if you beat me to death.
In consideration of your Harkon dynasty's service, I don't wish to kill Marcus Harkon. Are you dead set on throwing your life away?
What? Scared. Didn't expect so many powerful figures to be here today, did you? Did you overplay your hand? Can't take it back now, huh?
Lucien, are you really sure about this?
To bet against me your worthless life alone is not enough.
My life alone
is not enough?
Then I'll bet the entire Harkon dynasty. As long as you can really produce the Blade of Aeon, my entire family will be at your disposal.
Young Master Harkon is so confident. Could it be that Lucien Everlight is really a fake?
With such high stakes, if Lucien Everlight still doesn't make a move, that would be inexcusable.
He's been stalling for so long and still shows no sign of acting. He's definitely not the real one.
Lucien Everlight, since you insist you're the mortal immortal, where's the sword? You dare to fool the entire high society of the imperial capital today, you will surely die.
For 800 autumns since I attained the way. I have not taken a head with a flying sword. The world does not know what true unity of man and sword is. So be it. Upon my return today, I shall open your eyes. Sword, come to me.
legend says.
When the blade of Aeon appears,
The world changes. It truly lives up to its name.
Besides the blade of Aeon, no other weapon can unleash.
Such a dazzling divine light.
The mortal immortal. Lucian Everlight really is the mortal immortal.
I have used this sword to move mountains and part seas, to cleave heavens and slay gods. Now when I say I am the mortal immortal, do you believe me?
I believe you, I believe you, I believe you.
In that case, your Harkin dynasty, young and old, can prepare to die.
Please, great immortal, spare my life. Spare my life, great immortal. I was possessed by greed. I was blind. I was possessed by greed. Please, great immortal, spare me. Spare me.
I knew it. This Lucien has an extraordinary air about him. He's no ordinary person. The old master's decision back then was right after all. Only Lucien can lead our Quinn lineage to the very top.
A bet once made cannot be taken back.
Great immortal, spare my life. Great immortal, my Harkon dynasty guarded the blade. If not for merit, at least for the effort. For my ancestors' sake, just treat me like a fart in the wind and let me go.
Lucien, we're all family here. Why be so ruthless? Just now we were all just joking with you. You see?
Lucian, she is my mother after all. Could you please?
The Quinn lineage will be spared the death penalty, but you will not escape punishment. From this day forward, the position of head of the house is transferred to Evelyn Quinn. Otherwise, from top to bottom, not one will be left alive.
No problem. I married into the family anyway. The position of head of the house was always going to be Evelyn's sooner or later. From now on, we will all follow Evelyn's orders.
As for you, the Harkon dynasty from this day forward will not guard the sword, but the person for all eternity you will serve the Quinn house as slaves.
Thank you, mortal immortal, for your mercy. Serving the matriarch is my honor in this lifetime. Thank you, mortal immortal, for your mercy.
Standing so far away from me, did you also doubt my identity just now?
From beginning to end, I never had a shred of doubt about your identity.
My Norwin family is willing to serve the mortal immortal for generations. We would never dare to be presumptuous.
Everyone in my Halden family will follow the mortal immortal's every command.
I've said it before. If you want eternal life, then show me your sincerity. My wife is now the head of the Quinn house.
We are willing to serve the Quinn house.
The Harkon dynasty, as the head of the 4 great houses, has raised a successor who is nothing but a beast. You truly bring shame to your ancestors.
What a joke. A scion of the Harkin house. Since when is it your place to lecture him?
Marcus Harkon.
Stand up for me.
Father.
Richard Harkon pays his respects to the mortal immortal. On such a paramount matter, you dare to be late. The elder can't even be on time. No wonder the younger one has no manners.
Are you certain he is the mortal immortal you speak of?
Father, he is undoubtedly the mortal immortal. The sharpness of the blade of Aeon is truly a rare sight in this world.
Back then, the mortal immortal was defeated by a demigod and fell during the process of cleaving the heavens. The blade of Aeon also broke with him, and this blade of Aeon is a supreme treasure from the heavens. In this world, there is absolutely no possibility of reforging it.
Father, the sword that Lucien Everlight used just now, it was clearly intact.
Could it be
a fake?
To be honest, to confirm this matter, I just sought out a master from the Oracle Pavilion. The divination showed that this Lucien Everlight has not a shred of ether essence. How could he possibly be the mortal immortal who once cleaved the heavens with a single sword? Absurd.
An ordinary divination cannot possibly read my fate. Go ask the Grandmaster of the Oracle Pavilion if he dares to probe my depths.
Could we have been tricked?
Making a fool of the 4 great houses, he's asking for death.
Distinguished masters, Lucien Everlight is just the worthless son-in-law of our Quinn house. He picked up some cheap tricks from who knows where. How can he even be compared to the mortal immortal?
Lucien Everlight, you can deny it all you want now, but tomorrow in front of everyone, I will expose your lies.
Tomorrow, the Oracle Pavilion will hold the Grand Oracle Summit at my Halden house. The Supreme Celestial will also be there. Whether Lucien Everlight is a fraud or not, he'll know with a single glance.
Do as you please, Evelyn. Let's go.
Lucia, the Grand Oracle Summit is tomorrow. Maybe we should just go and lay low for a while.
Lay low. Why should we? This Grand Oracle Summit, what is it exactly?
The Grand Oracle Summit is held once every 5 years. The Supreme Celestial himself gives lectures. The Supreme Celestial's status is revered. Even the 4 great houses have to walk on eggshells around him. If he finds out that you're impersonating the mortal immortal, he definitely won't let you off the hook.
If I remember correctly, Iris Quinn joined the Oracle Pavilion back then, right?
That's right. My sister, Iris Quinn, will also be attending the Grand Oracle Summit tomorrow. She never approved of our marriage in the first place. That's why I said you should lay low.
It's fine. Tomorrow I will announce to the world my true identity.
The Ember Sigil is vibrating. The Grandmaster has returned. Send my order. Inform the 3 top powers, Hall of the Warlord Adrian Vale, Oracle Pavilion Supreme Celestial Lucius Crane, Sovereign Consortium Evan Lawrence. The Grandmaster has returned, re-established the Order of the Unborn Blade.
Supreme Celestial Well.
The man you mentioned.
Can't possibly be the mortal immortal.
I understand now, Lucian Everlight. He deceived the 4 great houses. No matter how powerful he is, he won't escape death.
He's using an ancestor's name.
To swindle and deceive.
Unforgivable.
If he shows up today, I will set up an arcane formation.
To seal his powers.
With the Supreme Celestial taking action tomorrow is sure to be foolproof.
The Grandmaster has returned. Return at once. Re-establish the Order of the Unborn Blade.
I've waited 10 long years. Master, you've finally returned.
Grandmaster?
These years have you been in charge of the Order of the Unborn Blade?
Forgive me, Grandmaster. After you disappeared, your 3 disciples left. Lucius Crane used the art of geomancy and astrology. You taught him to create the Oracle Pavilion. Adrian Vale used the Way of Power you passed down to establish the Hall of the Warlord. As for Evan Lawrence, he used the business experience and capital you granted him to found the Sovereign Consortium. However, I have already sent out the summons for them to return. This represents the Grandmaster's authority, the Supreme Ember Sigil. It can finally be returned to its rightful owner.
The Oracle Pavilion is the Supreme Celestial they speak of.
Precisely your first disciple, Lucius Crane.
The kids who used to follow me around back then have all become masters in their own right. The purpose of the Sigil of Creation is to reverse life and death to bring the dead back to life. Inform Lucius Crane that at tomorrow's Grand Oracle Summit he is to come and meet me.
As you command.
How impressive.
The Halden family has deep foundations. Their wealth is immeasurable. The distinguished guests here today are all the most influential figures in the nation. If it weren't for your sister being an inner disciple of the Oracle Pavilion, we wouldn't even be qualified to get an invitation.
Evelyn. We meet again.
How dare you show your face in front of me again? Aren't you afraid Lucienne will teach you a lesson?
Evelyn. Is that any way to speak to young Master Harkin? You two already had your wedding yesterday. You are a daughter-in-law of the Harkon house.
That worthless Lucian Everlight knows a few little tricks and thinks he can fool me. Let me tell you, the 4 great houses have already given the order. The next time they see Lucian Everlight, he's to be killed on sight.
Evelyn, did you hear that you can't get by on scams and tricks alone?
Young Master Harkin
is your ultimate destiny.
My husband is Lucienne Everlight and him alone.
I'm the one who calls the shots here. We didn't have our wedding night yesterday. We have to make up for it tonight. Tie her up and bring her to my bed. Which bastard dares to ruin my fun? Show yourselves. Lucienne Everlight, you're not afraid to die. How dare you come here?
If you dare disrespect Evelyn again, I'll rip your head off.
You think you can fight and just walk all over me? My Harkon dynasty has dominated the imperial capital for years. Do you have any idea how many masters serve under me? No matter how strong you are alone, can you withstand the wrath of the 4 great houses?
Lucienne Everlight, how much more trouble?
Are you going to bring to the Quinn house?
At today's Grand Oracle Summit, my daughter, Iris Quinn, will make her mark. She will become the number 1 of the younger generation in the Oracle Pavilion. From now on, the Quinn lineage's status will soar. Lucian Everlight, even with your petty skills, you are still not worthy of entering the doors of my Quinn house. What? Scared, speechless. What if I told you that after her breakthrough, Iris Quinn will follow the Supreme Celestial to visit the real mortal immortal? After hearing that, will you foam at the mouth and faint on the spot?
Lucienne, why don't you leave first at today's Grand Oracle Summit? It's not just the Halden family, but also the top brass of the Oracle Pavilion. We can't afford to offend those powerful figures.
Evelyn, now that I have returned, I won't let you live at the mercy of others again.
You're at death's door and still spouting such nonsense. So what if I can't beat you? It doesn't matter when the people from the Oracle Pavilion arrive. I'd love to see how you're ground into the dirt. Ground into the dirt.
From the Oracle Pavilion, Iris Quinn has arrived.
Sis, you've met Lucienne. When we got married, you even came.
I remember I disagreed with you two being together from the start. If Grandpa hadn't been upset, I would have crippled him already.
Sis, don't say that.
Lucienne Everlight, sign this divorce agreement now and promise to never appear before Evelyn again. Perhaps I can plead on your behalf and ask the head of the Halden family to spare your life.
Are you speaking to me as Evelyn's sister, or as a disciple of the Oracle Pavilion?
Of course, as an inner disciple of the Oracle Pavilion, if she says a word, the head of the Halden family will surely show her respect.
If you don't want to die, accept my daughter's terms. A descendant of the Quinn lineage is not for someone like you, a hopeless case to get involved with.
You're all going too far. I just want to spend the rest of my life with Lucian. I never wanted to cause trouble for any of you, Mom. Sis, do you really have to push us to our deaths? I'm begging you, just let us live, please.
Evelyn, get up. I'm here for everything. You don't have to bow your head to anyone.
Lucian Everlight, the gap between you and Evelyn is just too great. In this lifetime, you two can never be together. From this day forward, I, Iris Quinn, will be the leader of the younger generation within the Oracle Pavilion. As for you, you can only look up to the people of my Quinn house.
If you present yourself as Evelyn's sister, I would naturally show you some courtesy. But as an inner disciple of the Oracle Pavilion, you're not qualified to speak with me. Have Lucius Crane come see me.
Lucienne Everlight, are you in such a hurry to die at the Grand Oracle Summit? How dare you insult the Supreme Celestial? Are you out of your mind?
Sister, now you see what kind of trouble this husband of yours will bring you, don't you?
Shut up, Lucienne Everlight. Do you have any sense of reverence at all? Do you know that the Supreme Celestial is someone even the four great houses must look up to? With your reckless words, are you trying to drag us down to hell with you?
Lucian, don't say any more.
I'm just telling the truth.
Evelyn.
Don't waste your youth on such a useless person. I have already arranged a marriage for you. Tomorrow, Lord Stormvale of the Hall of the Warlord will come to propose to you.
Hall of the Warlord? Stormvale, Iris, are you talking about the chief disciple of the Hall of the Warlord, hailed as the greatest martial arts genius in 100 years, the one who's expected to achieve ascension through tribulation by the age of 30?
Sister Iris.
Young Master Harkin, I admit the Harkin house is powerful, but by comparison, Lord Stormvale can provide much more support.
To our Quinn house.
Lucian Everlight, when I advise you to leave, I'm truly trying to save your life. Stormvale of the Hall of the Warlord is not just the sole disciple of the Hall's master. Adrian Vale. His background is illustrious. If tomorrow he sees you when he comes to propose,
the consequences
will be unimaginable.
Even if Adrian Vale himself were here to see me, he would have to kneel in greeting. So who does that make Stormvale? If he really dares to come and propose, I will personally break both his legs and throw him back to the Hall of the Warlord for Adrian Vale to punish.
Crazy. He's completely insane. Lucian Everlight. Have you gone mad from some cultivation deviation? The Hall of the Warlord was founded on martial prowess. Anyone from there could kill you as easily as taking something from a bag. It would be effortless.
Lucian Everlight, do you even know what you're saying?
When the Ember Sigil appears, both the arcane and martial paths must submit. Ask anyone from the Hall of the Warlord, before the Ember Sigil do they dare to be insolent.
Lucienne Everlight, where did you get this piece of junk? Are you trying to be funny?
Ember Sigil, Lucienne Everlight, did you make up that strange name yourself? If that token in your hand is really so magical, why have I never heard of it?
Iris has been training at the Oracle Pavilion since she was a child. Her knowledge and experience far exceed her peers. How could she be deceived by you?
Since ancient times, the Ember Sigil has always been a sacred object in the world of cultivators. Only the one who rules the world can wield it. You don't know of it simply because your level is too low.
Lucienne Everlight, I understand that to marry Evelyn you'd stop at nothing, but what you're imagining is all impossible. A fantasy? Even if you use every trick in the book, we will never let Evelyn marry you.
Sister Iris, why waste your breath on him? Didn't he say this token is a sacred object? Why don't we just smash it to pieces?
So he'll stop living in a fantasy.
And spouting nonsense.
The Ember Sigil was forged from the spiritual essence of heaven and earth. If it is destroyed, a punishment will surely follow. If you're tired of living, feel free to try.
We cultivators walk a path against the heavens. We believe that man can conquer fate. Even if there is a backlash, I will suppress it with my own power. Lucienne Everlight, your so-called sacred object. I destroyed it with a gentle squeeze. Still going to be stubborn.
He's just talking nonsense. Why take him seriously? If this piece of junk can cause some strange phenomenon, I'll let you twist my head off and kick it like a ball. The sky was clear just a moment ago.
Why has it
suddenly changed?
I told you, when the spiritual essence of heaven and earth is destroyed, a punishment will descend from the heavens.
It's just a change in the weather. If I were to set up an arcane formation, the commotion I'd cause would be even greater than this. Lucienne Everlight, these petty tricks of yours might scare ordinary people, but to cultivators like us, it's nothing more than a child's trick.
An extreme cold energy is filling your meridians. Before long, your internal organs, blood, marrow, and muscles will all be frozen stiff, frozen to death. In the end, your entire body will become a frozen corpse.
Lucienne Everlight, it's not shameful to admit you're weak. Why be so stubborn? A mere broken token? How could it possibly harm me?
Is that so?
Lucienne, do you have a way to save her? After all, she is my sister.
Iris Quinn's fate is what she brought upon herself. This is a celestial punishment. I have no right to interfere.
But...
However...
Reversing.
Life and death. And filling Iris Quinn's body with life force for me is a simple matter.
What a powerful surge of life force.
This sigil
seems to contain a world of its own.
Constantly turning.
Endlessly generating life.
It seems the temperature
is rising again.
Today I grant you a new life.
A celestial phenomenon has occurred. The area around the Halton house is frozen solid for miles. And another great power has acted, reversing life and death. Who could it be that made a move at the Grand Oracle Summit?
Thank you, Grandmaster, for your help.
So it was the Supreme Celestial who intervened to save her. That makes sense. Among the countless cultivators in the world, those capable of defying the heavens can be counted on one hand. The Supreme Celestial is one of them.
If the Supreme Celestial hadn't saved her in time, I'm afraid Sister Iris would have been in grave danger.
The celestial punishment is too terrifying.
Far beyond our control.
Freezing the land for miles was just the beginning of the punishment. If the surrounding geomancy hadn't been forcefully altered to stop the punishment, I'm afraid the entire imperial capital would have turned into a world of ice and snow. The Supreme Celestial. Since when did he have this kind of power?
Iris, if it weren't for you, why would the heavenly punishment have descended? My daughter almost died and you're here making snide remarks?
You're the one who started all this. Iris hasn't even had a chance to teach you a lesson, and you're already jumping out to cause trouble.
Lucienne Everlight, you repeatedly insult our Grandmaster and show no respect for the Oracle Pavilion at all. It seems today you won't be satisfied until you die here. Is that it?
The heavenly punishment descended because you destroyed the sacred object. You brought it on yourself. I was the one who helped you and brought you back from the brink of death. Not only are you ungrateful, you thank Lucius Crane instead.
Just now I was clearly saved by the Sigil of Creation. That's the Supreme Celestial's signature technique. Before you try to take credit for it, why don't you do your homework?
That's because of your lack of knowledge of the Oracle Pavilion's history. Every skill Lucius Crane has, which one of them wasn't taught by me?
I was wondering who was talking so big, so it's you. After failing to impersonate the mortal immortal. Now you're pretending to be a geomancy master and an arcane formation expert.
Where did this punk come from?
Spouting such nonsense here?
Causing trouble at the Grand Oracle Summit?
You've got a death wish.
Smash his mouth and throw him out of here. Lucian, Everlight, I've tolerated you time and again only because for the past few years I saw how you genuinely cared for Evelyn. Do you really think I'm just a nice guy who doesn't dare to kill you?
It's over. My Quinn house is completely dragged down by this bastard. The Oracle Pavilion won't let us go.
Even if Lucian Everlight hadn't shown up, the Halden family head wouldn't have let him off easily. What's more, he now actively revealed himself. It seems this time he won't even have a chance to survive.
I'm just telling the truth. Even if Lucius Crane were here himself, his use of the Sigil of Creation is nowhere near powerful enough to resist the heavenly punishment. As for you, Iris Quinn, you're pathetically weak. You're completely unworthy of being called a prodigy.
Young man, did your family not teach you how to show respect to your elders?
Master.
Everything Iris Quinn knows was taught by me. By your logic, I've been leading my disciple astray?
In my eyes, your seniority is insignificant. How dare you call yourself an elder?
In the entire geomancy world of the Great Shia, my seniority is second only to the Supreme Celestial. You're just a little kid. I bet you can't even name the 8 trigrams. And you dare to be so arrogant?
My master, Julian Cloudborn, has practiced the art of geomancy for 40 years. He has traveled all over the south, locating auspicious sites in mountains and divining fortunes by water. He's seen countless yin residences and yang residences. He is, today under the Supreme Celestial, undoubtedly the #1 person.
If the direction is wrong, the more years you study, the more wrong you become. You are one level below him. But the gap between you and me is a chasm.
So it seems, young man, your understanding of geomancy and arcane formations is even more profound than my Oracle Pavilion or even the Supreme Celestial.
The Supreme Celestial you speak of must greet me as a disciple would a master. To receive my guidance is the fortune of your 3 lifetimes.
Young man, perhaps you don't know the status of the Supreme Celestial 5 years ago. The Imperial capital suffered a great drought and the harvest failed completely. The Supreme Celestial spent half a year setting up an arcane formation. Using the alignment of the stars and the lay of the land, he saved hundreds of thousands from disaster. A person of such great merit, and you dare to insult him. Have you thought about the consequences?
Lucien, you really can't say any more. The Supreme Celestial's prestige is immense. If you keep talking, you'll only offend everyone in the world. Let's just bow our heads and apologize. It's not shameful.
Disrespecting the Supreme Celestial isn't as simple as just offending a single faction as simple. It's making an enemy of the entire Great Shia.
Lucien Everlight.
It's fine if you want to brag on a normal day.
But today,
you've really crossed the line.
Over the years, the Oracle Pavilion has made countless contributions to the Great Shia. Everyone considers it an honor to join the Oracle Pavilion. The Supreme Celestial can conjure an arcane formation in the palm of his hand. He can pluck stars and pinpoint acupoints. He's omnipotent. Such a great figure, and you dare to disrespect him? Do you have a death wish?
Lucien Everlight. I've got to hand it to you. Are you really not afraid of death?
My original intention was to capture you alive and let our 4 great houses deal with you together. But today, you've disrupted the order of the Grand Oracle Summit. I will not tolerate you.
Protecting the nation merits a reward. But misleading a disciple and tarnishing my legacy deserves punishment. If everyone learns from you with your half-baked skills and becomes arrogant and disrespectful, then how can this art of geomancy be passed down? Lucius Crane. Come and see me at once. Confess your sins and accept your punishment.
That's Master's voice. The Halden House. How could Master be at the Grand Oracle Summit? Men, get the car ready. Take me to the Halden house.
Yes.
The same old tricks. We, the four great houses, were fooled by you. We were naive. But do you think the Supreme Celestial will fall for your tricks?
You dare to speak the Supreme Celestial's name directly? That alone is a death sentence.
When the Supreme Celestial arrives,
We won't even have to lift a finger. The old master himself will surely tear you to pieces.
Lucian Everlight, how long are you going to keep up this act? Is it so hard to just bow your head and admit you're wrong? If you truly love Evelyn, you shouldn't be putting her in danger.
Then I'd really like to know when you will finally understand that the so-called powerful people and great figures you speak of to me are nothing but ants. I am the one in this world at the absolute pinnacle of existence.
Lucian.
Evelyn, I told you with my power alone, I will make the Quinn lineage the pinnacle of the Great Sia's pyramid. Do you believe me?
I believe you.
Young man, I've seen too many young people who, after a glimpse of true power, think they are all powerful. But in the end, every single one of them has fallen at my hands. Today I will teach you the meaning of reverence.
He's asking for death.
With Mr. Cloudborn making a move himself, Lucian Everlight is as good as dead.
Luckily, it's just Mr. Cloudborn. If the Supreme Celestial himself were here, Lucian Everlight probably wouldn't even get a chance to say his last words.
Young man, kneel before the statue and repent for 10 years and I might spare your life today.
I dare to kneel, but you should ask the Supreme Celestial if he dares to accept it. Lucius Crane, if you don't show up soon, I might really have to kneel.
This master.
Why do I feel like the Supreme Celestial statue is trembling in fear?
Impossible. The Supreme Celestial's power is at its peak. How could he possibly feel fear? But this statue has been here for years and it has never shaken like this before.
Grandmaster, what's wrong?
Damaging your own statue is like destroying your foundation. If you had been any slower, I would have died on the spot. I just pray that no one else slanders my master.
The Supreme Celestial statue
is also afraid?
How on earth did he manage to destroy the statue with a single thought?
It's protected by an arcane formation. It's indestructible.
How could this young punk possess such immense power? You?
Master.
Lucian. When did you learn the art of geomancy?
Evelyn, are you interested in the art of geomancy?
Yes.
If you like it, I'll teach you. I guarantee that within 3 years your skills will rival Lucius Crane's. Within 5 years, I'll make you the top geomancy master in the Great Gia.
As far as I know, when the statue was built, the Supreme Celestial personally laid an arcane formation, making it impervious to blades and spears and immune to fire and water. Even the Supreme Celestial himself would struggle to instantly break its defense. That being the case, how did you do it?
I told you when Lucius Crane sees me, he must respectfully address me as his master.
Lucian Everlight, you're very clever. You're bluffing by borrowing someone else's prestige. You've mastered this trick perfectly. The Supreme Celestial statue just fought off a heavenly punishment. It's in a weakened state.
You just
took advantage of the timing and exploited a loophole. Do you really think you're some kind of exiled celestial?
You all think so too?
I've spent my entire life studying the art of geomancy. While I may not have perfected it, I have at least reached a state of mastery. How could I be surpassed by a mere child? I didn't reveal the truth just now simply to save some face for the younger generation.
Look, Mr. Cloudborn is humble and low-key. He doesn't seek fame or fortune. That's the mark of a true master.
One is truly skilled but remains modest and silent. The other is all bark and no bite. A universally despised waste who's always thinking of using deceit and trickery to steal the spotlight. This is the difference.
This farce has come to an end. No need to waste any more time. Men, tear this little darling limb from limb and throw him out as an example.
Your Halden House's pathetic grunts think they can be my opponents?
I almost forgot, you're a good fighter. But now every corner of the Halden House is protected by a great arcane formation, personally set by the Supreme Celestial Lucian Everlight. Your power is sealed and reduced to less than a tenth.
Evelyn, come here quickly. Don't throw your life away for this waste.
Lucian Everlight, stop hiding behind Evelyn. If you're a man, don't let Evelyn suffer this disaster for you.
Young friend, you actually have some talent. How about this? Why don't you become my disciple? Today I can guarantee your life.
Master, you mean you want to take him as your disciple?
A disciple? Is he even worthy? What I mean is, he can come to the Oracle Pavilion as a slave. From now on, he can toil for me like an ox and a horse. And also serve you tiaris. This is already a great honor for him.
A half-baked hack like you can represent the Oracle Pavilion? In that case, I think this so-called Oracle Pavilion doesn't need to exist anymore.
Lucienne Everlight, my master has already given you a chance to live. Must you insist on seeking death? Is that it?
Iris Quinn, for Evelyn's sake, if you leave the Oracle Pavilion and study under me, I can teach you with all my heart the true top-tier art of geomancy.
Ridiculous.
What right do you have to teach and mentor others? You're trying to poach students from my Oracle Pavilion?
Lucienne Everlight, just from your arrogant words about the Oracle Pavilion, it's clear that you're an outsider. What right do you have?
To be my master? You're not worthy.
The chance, I've already given it to you. You didn't cherish it. Don't blame me in the future for not giving the Quinn lineage a chance to rise to the top.
Stop Master Lucienne Everlight. Since he refuses to learn and remains stubborn, bringing trouble to my Quinn house, why not just execute him on the spot?
Mom, sister, you've gone too far. Lucienne has been with our family for 5 years. Don't you know what kind of person he is? When has he ever been so confrontational with anyone?
Are you saying we're wrong? Evelyn, don't forget you are a member of the Quinn house. Yes.
You are the ones who are wrong. In the past, we constantly gave in, and all we got in return was you becoming more and more aggressive. Not only did you suppress and exclude us, now you even want to take Lucien's life. If anything happens to Lucienne, I would rather give up my identity as a descendant of the Quinn lineage.
Evelyn?
With me here, no one will touch you, even if it costs me my own life.
Don't worry. Today, neither of us will be harmed. I will get you out of here safely. I will make everyone who looks down on us kneel and submit. You want to kill me? Come on. I dare you to try.
Rise.
Is this the dragon binding array left by the Supreme Celestial?
That's right. This is the strongest among the countless great arcane formations created by the Supreme Celestial, the strongest one. When all 4 chains are unleashed, even a living true dragon would have no choice but to be subdued.
As expected of the Supreme Celestial.
This is the true power of the art of geomancy.
Using geomancy to enter the Dao. Using Taoist arts to form an arcane formation. Using the arcane formation to cast spells is simply a divine technique.
The Supreme Celestial truly is the #1 in the Great Seer.
This is no art of geomancy. This is clearly an immortal art.
When one's cultivation reaches the level of the Supreme Celestial, even if they are not an immortal, they are greater than one.
Little brat. These chains connect heaven and earth. No matter how high your cultivation is, you're just a fish on the chopping block for me to dispose of as I please. What's more, your power is suppressed by the Supreme Celestial. Under this double arcane formation, you have no chance of survival.
Lucienne, Lucia.
Lucienne what? Even if his name was immortal, it wouldn't matter. He's dead for sure today.
Lucienne. Even if I die, I'll be with Lucienne, Lucienne.
No wonder the descendants of the Oracle Pavilion are so weak, yet so smug. It turns out the so-called Supreme Celestial is nothing special either. 10 years of hard cultivation only to come up with this half-assed thing?
You're at death's door and still so stubborn. Do you really not know the meaning of fear?
There's no shame in losing to the Supreme Celestial. Lucienne Everlight, why can't you just bow your head?
Too weak. Whether it's you or Lucius Crane. You're all too weak. From this day forward, the Oracle Pavilion
is disbanded.
Master.
Master. Master.
Are you all right?
I'm fine.
Mr. Cloudborn.
Master?
Impossible, the dragon binding array. How could it be broken so easily?
The dragon binding array's power is legendary. How could Lucienne Everlight shatter it so easily?
We've offended someone that all of us combined cannot afford to offend.
Young Master Harkin, wait for me.
Spare me.
Establishing a sect is for passing on a legacy, and for the fortune of our great Jia to continue to rise. But your Oracle Pavilion is simply too pathetic. If you continue like this, you'll only lead more disciples astray. In that case, it's better to just disband and cut your losses.
You can kill me.
In this world, there is no one I cannot kill. Even if Lucius Crane were here, if I wanted to kill him, he wouldn't dare resist in the slightest.
If that's the case, then disciples hear my command.
Yes.
Activate the Lifebound Dragon Array. I shall borrow the vast lands of Great Sia to execute this villain. Lucian Everlight, the Lifebound Dragon Array, is a miracle left behind by the Supreme Celestial over 10 years of work. Following the lay of the land in the Imperial capital, at every auspicious geomancy point, an arcane formation was placed. A total of 36 formations are gathered together, borrowing the divine power of heaven and earth. Its power is infinite. Can you withstand it?
The Lifebound Dragon Array is only used when the Oracle Pavilion faces annihilation. Could it be that Julian Cloudborn, a mere Julian Cloudborn, dares to insult my master? I will wipe out your entire clan.
Lucian Everlight, I will gather the strength of all my disciples to face your worldly power.
Master.
Mr. Cloudborn's power is not enough to support this formation. After this battle, his decades of cultivation will be wasted.
Matriarch Halden, if I may be so bold to ask, what is the likely outcome of this battle?
The result is obvious, no matter how strong Lucian Everlight is. This formation combines the power of the entire Oracle Pavilion plus 10 years of the Supreme Celestial's hard work. The resulting formation is not something a mere mortal can break. Unless Lucian Everlight is a god, he will surely die.
He brought this upon himself. Lucian Everlight deserves no sympathy.
If he hadn't been so stubborn, he wouldn't have provoked my master. Lucian Everlight is too arrogant, even if he didn't activate the Lifebound Dragon Array today. Sooner or later, his temper would be his downfall.
Enough. If you all hadn't targeted him at every turn and left him no way out, how would it have come to this? If something happens to Lucian, every single one of you is to blame.
All right, Lucian, Everlight's death is a foregone conclusion. You don't need to waste any more time thinking about him. Starting tomorrow, the Quinn lineage can decorate with lanterns and banners and await the marriage proposal from the Hall of the Warlord.
Lucian Everlight, I'll give you one last chance. Kneel and lick my shoes clean. If you do, I can stop today and spare your life, otherwise you will be torn to pieces.
With the power of this formation, I can manifest a true dragon. If not activated, it can subtly change the fortune of the Imperial capital. While enhancing the nation's fortune, it ensures the Oracle Pavilion's fortune remains prosperous and everlasting.
Since you know the power of the Lifebound Array, why don't you kneel and submit?
It can only borrow the Earth's energy, condensed by a crude geomancy formation. It can only be used once. If you want to use it again, you must rebuild the formation and gather energy for another 10 years. Oh, Lucius Crane, you have still failed to give me a satisfactory answer. Evelyn, watch as I slay this heavenly dragon with a single hand.
Lucian.
Lucian Everlight. Are you insane? To fight against the power of heaven and earth is simply impossible. Do you really think that broken sword in your hand can pierce a true dragon's scales?
You're just suffering for the sake of pride, and your pride won't just fail to earn our respect. It will make people think you're a shallow and arrogant fool.
Forget it. It's pointless to say more. He's asking for death, no matter what anyone says. What's the use?
What a pity. This man is considered one of the top masters in the Great Sia, and he's about to die.
The Lifebound Dragon Array lives up to its name.
If he could just swallow his pride, apologize to Mr. Cloudborn and admit his mistake, he could still live.
Lucian Everlight, do you really insist on fighting me?
If you weren't a member of the Oracle Pavilion with some connection to me, with your exhausted body and this life-bound array you've cast, you don't even have the right to make me act.
Ridiculous. Even an exiled celestial from the heavens would have to retreat before my dragon array.
This man is truly beyond saving.
The old Lucian Everlight was muddle-headed, but at least he didn't actively seek disaster. But the Lucian Everlight with his memories restored is like filth, despised, cursed, and loathed by all. A person like that, how can he remain in my Quinn house?
Mr. Cloudborn, please crush Lucian Everlight so he won't bother the Quinn descendants.
On your way to the underworld, do not forget the name Julian Cloudborn. Lucian Everlight, prepare to die.
To be able to push my master to this point, Lucian Everlight, you should be honored. What a pity in the end, you will still die at my master's hands.
No matter how strong Lucian Everlight is, he is ultimately a mortal man.
How can he fight against the power of heaven and earth?
He's simply asking for death. No matter how tragic the outcome is today, it's all his own doing. He deserves it.
His personality dooms him to be rejected by the world. Being slain here is what he gets. If he were allowed to grow stronger, who knows what kind of trouble he would cause.
The battle isn't over yet. How can you all be so sure that the one who dies will be Lucian?
My silly little sister, you saw the fight with your own eyes. Lucian Everlight, with his human strength, is fighting against the heavens.
Trying to slay a dragon.
It's a complete fantasy. If my master is merciful, he might leave behind an intact corpse. But if my master gets angry, I'm afraid he'll be torn to shreds. Evelyn.
You have far too much faith in Lucian Everlight. When the smoke clears, all you will see is Lucian Everlight's corpse.
Evelyn is a laywoman. She doesn't understand the principles involved, which is normal, but man cannot overcome heaven. Even I, faced with the life-bound dragon, Array can only bow my head, let alone a junior like Lucian Everlight.
His death is a good thing for the Quinn lineage. At least no one will pester you anymore or interfere with your marriage.
That scumbag Lucian Everlight, I wish he would never be reincarnated for all eternity, never to appear before me again.
The battle is decided. Master.
I, Iris Quinn, a disciple of the Oracle Pavilion, accuse this criminal of public assault, destroying my master's foundation and damaging the Oracle Pavilion's reputation. I implore the Supreme Celestial to deliver punishment.
The Supreme Celestial himself has come. Lucian Everlight dared to strike such a heavy blow. Today, he will likely be torn to pieces.
No matter how strong Lucian Everlight is in front of the Supreme Celestial, his skills are nothing but cheap tricks. Lucian Everlight will surely die.
Lucius Crane, kneel.
Greetings, Master.
What's happening? Am I hallucinating?
The Supreme Celestial is such an esteemed figure. How could he perform such a grand salute to someone?
Supreme Celestial, it was clearly Lucian Everlight who struck and beat my master to near death. Not only are you not avenging him, you're letting him go? Where's the dignity of our Oracle Pavilion?
Relax, Julian. Cloudborn is not dead. It's just that his decades of cultivation have been wiped away. From now on, he will be a mere commoner. When outmatched in skill, one must bow their head. This is what I taught you many years ago. Do you still remember?
I remember. All these years my cultivation has been lacking, and I've led disciples astray. I've also taught some arrogant, good-for-nothing brats. When I return, I will disband the Oracle Pavilion. I wish to continue my training with you until you are satisfied.
Supreme Celestial, you want to train under him?
Is there a problem? On the path of cultivation, the master is the one who has achieved more. The strong are revered. One day, if your skill in the art of geomancy surpasses the Oracle Pavilion, I will train under you.
Supreme Celestial, but he just destroyed your life-bound dragon array. 10 years of hard work destroyed in an instant.
It's just an array. It's not worth mentioning. My very life was saved by him if he were to take it back now. What of it?
Iris Quinn, you are not me. You don't understand my methods or my power, a mere arcane formation. Since I can destroy it with a single move, I also have the ability to rebuild it in seconds.
How is that possible? The Supreme Celestial spent 10 years to barely construct that formation. You think you can rebuild it in seconds? You're delusional.
Formation arise.
This is impossible. This must be a hallucination.
An array created so casually is even more powerful and more potent than the one the Supreme Celestial spent 10 years of hard work on more potent. What kind of being did we just offend?
Evelyn Lucien has such heaven-defying abilities. Why didn't you say so earlier?
I just found out myself.
I spent all these years of painstaking effort to barely grasp geomancy formations and absorb the essence of the earth. But with just one move from you, the energy of heaven and earth is at your command. My cultivation before you is truly like a firefly's glow before the bright moon.
Master.
Lucien Everlight.
Just now,
Although I was unconscious, my mind was still clear. I know what just happened. It was I who had eyes but failed to see, not knowing there are always people better than you, and heavens beyond the heavens. Senior's abilities are like that of a descended celestial eye, Julian Cloudborn.
Admit defeat.
Creating a formation is a matter of a flick of the wrist. It's just that you all pursue form too much, relying on mountains, rivers, plants, and the power of tools and metals. It seems profound. But you've actually lost the essence. That's why I said your fundamental understanding is wrong.
I've learned my lesson.
Evelyn, let's go.
Lucian. Senior, please wait. You just killed Marcus Harkon. As far as I know, Marcus Harkon is the direct heir of the Harkon dynasty. When the Harkon house comes for revenge, I'm afraid you'll be in trouble.
If the Harkin house wants revenge, they can come find me.
That's nothing to fear. It's just that the Harkin house also has a guardian of the mortal immortal's sword, an ancestor with unfathomable power.
Marcus Harkon struck first. Lucien was just defending himself. Even if Patriarch Harkon emerges, he won't be unreasonable.
If the Harkin house causes trouble, my Oracle Pavilion will take full responsibility.
From today on, I will wait quietly in the Quinn residence. If that Patriarch Harkin wants to seek justice for his junior, he can come find me anytime.
Master, you've arrived.
Nathan Lawrence said he plans to reorganize the Order of the Unborn Blade. What are your orders?
Everyone from the Oracle Pavilion on up is ready at a moment's notice to renounce their identities and return to the Order of the Unborn Blade. We await your command.
Adrian Vale and Evan Lawrence. Where are they?
Evan Lawrence is in the northwest and is on his way back. Adrian Vale seems to be tied up with some minor issues. For the Order's reorganization, aside from us, few core members, we also need to recruit outer elders. Adrian Vale is in charge of this matter.
Have the candidates been chosen?
Right now, there's only one internal candidate, also from a family known for the way of power, Blazevolt, of the Rains family. Blazevolt's son, Stormvale, is Adrian Vale's personal disciple.
Interesting. Tell Adrian Vale to come see me tomorrow.
Yes.
My son. My son is gone. Halen Quay, the heir to my Harkin house, died at the Grand Oracle Summit that you organized. You will be held fully responsible.
Marcus Harkon was killed by Lucien Everlight.
You mean that little bastard impersonating the mortal immortal? He deserves to die. I'll tear him limb from limb and grind his bones to dust to avenge my son. Now take me to him.
I'd advise against that. Lucien Everlight's power is far beyond our imagination. Even the disciple of the Supreme Celestial was no match for him. Even if he isn't the mortal immortal, he's far more than you can handle.
Offer sacrifices to the heavens and worship the ancestors. Summon Patriarch Harkin of my Harkon dynasty from his seclusion.
Let's talk.
Where's Evelyn?
She's asleep. I want to have a word with you alone.
Besides Elder Quinn and Evelyn, I'm not fond of anyone else in your family. If there's nothing else, I'm going to get some rest.
Leave the Quinn lineage. Leave Evelyn. Name your price.
The Quinn house wants to find a powerful backer. That's understandable. I get it. But what I've shown so far isn't that powerful enough. Why are you still not satisfied?
You are strong, but you're too flashy. Can you even count how many powerful enemies you've made who are just as strong as you? Let's not even talk about Patriarch Harkin, just Stormveil from the Hall of the Warlord alone. When he comes to propose tomorrow, how will you handle it?
Even the Supreme Celestial is like an ant to me. Why should I care about some junior from the Hall of the Warlord?
Stormveil may be a junior, but he's a key disciple of the Hall of the Warlord. His cultivation level is on the verge of the Ascension trial. His master, Adrian Vale, is the #1 expert in Great Sea Lucian Everlight. Perhaps in the art of geomancy, you are unparalleled, but in a real fight, you might not win. The Reigns family has a century of history built on the way of power. The head of the family, Blazevolt, is about to become an outer elder of the Order of the Unborn Blade.
So what? Those people and powers may seem untouchable to you, but to me I can crush them with one hand.
Lucian Everlight, you're too naive. The Order of the Unborn Blade is the pinnacle of the way of power. The centuries of peace in Great Shia are all thanks to the Grand Master of the Order. As for Patriarch Harkin, he's been in seclusion for years. His current power probably rivals that of the mortal immortal back in the day. Lucian Everlight, leave the Quinn house. Otherwise, you'll only bring Evelyn more disaster.
Then just wait and see. I'll make you understand that besides me, no one else can bring the Quinn lineage unparalleled glory.
Lucian Everlight, one day your stubbornness will be the death of you. I'll be waiting to see how you'll grovel like a dog and beg for mercy when Mr. Stormveil arrives tomorrow.
The direct descendant of the Hall of the Warlord heir to the Reigns family, Stormveil is here to propose to the Quinn house. He requests an audience with the head of the Quinn house.
Mr. Stormveil, we've been waiting and finally you're here.
Our humble home is unworthy of such honored guests. Please, Mr. Stormveil, don't mind our simple accommodations.
Mr. Stormveil, please come in.
Mr. Stormveil.
Please take the seat of honor.
At several major banquets in the imperial capital, the Quinn house has been at the center of the storm. Anyone with eyes can see the Quinn house is about to rise. And with a marriage alliance to the Hall of the Warlord becoming the #1 family in the imperial capital is practically a sure thing.
I'll take that as a good omen, Mr. Stormveil. See, I told you Mr. Stormveil and my Evelyn are a match made in heaven. My Evelyn couldn't even resist coming out to see Mr. Stormveil's dashing and heroic figure.
Mom, do you really have to marry me off to someone else?
Silly sister, what are you talking about? You can only belong to Mr. Stormveil. The Hall of the Warlord coming to propose in person is a huge honor for us. You absolutely cannot refuse.
Iris, no need to explain. Since I've come to propose, I've already learned everything I need to know about Evelyn. That stubborn Marcus Harkin was just small fry. As for that Lucian Everlight, he might have some skills, but he's hardly worth my notice. Evelyn, I am your perfect match.
The Hall of the Warlord is powerful, and it's true. Your Reigns family's status has soared by latching onto the Order of the Unborn Blade. But I will only love one person in my life, and that will never change.
Evelyn, when will you wake up? Do you really want Lucian Everlight to drag our entire family down to their deaths with him? Will you only be happy then? Evelyn.
Your perspective is too narrow. You probably don't even realize that there are so many people in this world far more powerful than Lucian Everlight.
I don't care, I'm not joining the Hall of the Warlord.
If someone has to marry him.
You do it.
You can say goodbye to that arm.
So you're Lucian Everlight. You're not so impressive. Looks like I overestimated you.
You know my name. So get lost.
Lucian Everlight, show some respect. Mr. Stormveil is the fiancé I've chosen for Evelyn. He's a disciple of the Hall of the Warlord and the heir to the Rains family. He's 1,000 times more noble than you.
Lucian Everlight, have you forgotten what I told you last night? Or are you determined to shamelessly leech off my Quinn house for the rest of your life?
There's no need to rush, ladies. I already expected this. Lucian Everlight would show up to interfere. But in my years of training, I've faced countless obstacles, and I've cut them all down swiftly and decisively. Today will be no different.
What? You want to fight me?
If you insist on getting in the way of my marriage to Evelyn, I don't mind using your head to mark the occasion.
Even the Oracle Pavilion has to kneel before me. Fight you? You're not worthy.
Shameless. When Julian Cloudborn activated the Lifebound Dragon Array that day, he had less than 1/10 of his power. So naturally, the array's power was diminished. You just got lucky and found a loophole. Maybe you're a good fighter. But to take on the entire Oracle Pavilion? You're nowhere near that level.
Someone as strong as Lucius Crane had to kneel at my feet. How do you explain that?
Lucius Crane arrived late. He didn't know what had happened before. He mistakenly thought you were all-powerful, so it's normal that he was scared. But speaking of which, it's absolutely hilarious to think that the Supreme Celestial is also such a coward.
In your eyes, you're the only smart person in the world, aren't you? So this is the husband you've chosen for Evelyn? A boy who hasn't even grown up yet. What ability does he have to help the Quinn house rise to the top?
Rise to the top? That's too slow. Since my Rains family came to propose, we naturally prepared a betrothal gift, and the gift I've prepared is enough to let the Quinn house skyrocket to the top.
From this day forward, my Harford family is willing to serve as a vassal to the Quinn lineage and serve Miss Evelyn Quinn with utmost loyalty.
Head of the Harford family. What is the meaning of this?
The Harford family
is one of the 4 great houses of the imperial capital to perform such a grand gesture.
You're putting us in an awkward position.
The Harford family has already pledged complete allegiance to Mr. Stormveil as Mr. Stormveil's fiancée, Miss Evelyn Quinn's. Status goes without saying. The Quinn lineage today deserves such a position.
The Harford family and the Hall of the Warlord have cooperated for years supporting each other. Even if you were to pledge allegiance, it should be to Adrian Vale, right?
The head of the family, Blazevolt, is about to become an outer elder of the Order of the Unborn Blade. His status is so noble it's far beyond ours. The rise of the Rains family is unstoppable. If my Harford family wants to retain its title as one of the 4 great houses, we have no choice but to pledge our loyalty.
You truly are worthy of your reputation, Mr. Stormveil. With the Harford family as our vassal and their head's full support, my Quinn lineage will definitely secure a spot in the top 3 of the imperial capital within a day.
Lucian Everlight. Now, do you see the difference between you and Mr. Stormveil? He brings our Quinn lineage glory, and what do you bring us? Endless disaster and trouble.
Lucian Everlight. That day you also ordered the Harkin house to become slaves to the Quinn lineage. But look, did the Harkin house even listen to you? They treated your words like a fart in the wind. But I'm different from you. The things you can't give, I can easily deliver into Evelyn's hands. How can you possibly compare to me?
A spineless Harford family, how much loyalty can they really have? This gift is hardly anything to be proud of.
Young man, what did you say?
It's just sour grapes because you can't have them. That describes people like you perfectly. At least with a single word. I can make the esteemed Harford family one of the 4 great houses. Bow their heads to Evelyn. And you?
I love Lucian Everlight not because of what he can give me. Even if he were a beggar on the street, as long as he's the one I've chosen. I'll never leave his side.
Lucian Everlight, leave Evelyn on your own accord. As compensation, I might consider giving you a spot as an inner disciple of the Order of the Unborn Blade.
Your father, Blazevolt, is just an outsider. A mere external member. What right do you have to talk about inner circle matters?
It seems you piece of trash know quite a bit about the internal structure of the Order of the Unborn Blade.
Do you know why the head of the Blazevolt family can serve as an elder without being a member of the Order of the Unborn Blade? He's a confidant of the acting Grandmaster Nathan Lorenz. His power and status are beyond your comparison.
Lucian Everlight. Since you already know you can't compare to Mr. Stormveil, why are you still putting up a front?
Iris, can't you see it? Lucian Everlight is just used to being shameless. No matter how we mock him or taunt him, he just pretends not to hear. But this time... You've miscalculated. You think no one in this world can handle you? If Adrian Vale makes a move, he'll tear you to pieces. If the head of the Blazevolt family makes a move, the Order of the Unborn Blade will hunt you down. And if Nathan Lorenz acts for him, crushing you would be a piece of cake.
Lucien, don't be so confrontational with them. If it comes to it, I'll just leave the Quinn house. We can leave the Imperial capital.
The women I set my sights on never escape my grasp.
Miss Evelyn, a wise bird chooses the right tree to nest in. If you marry Mr. Stormveil, you will gain immense glory, but if you refuse Mr. Stormveil, your entire Quinn lineage will face the wrath of the Hall of the Warlord. The Rains family, the Harford family, and even the Order of the Unborn Blade will hunt you down. What is your choice?
Sister, our Quinn lineage's century-old foundation can't be ruined by our generation.
Lucien Everlight, you're a curse if you weren't clinging to and pestering my Evelyn. How would my Quinn lineage be in such a desperate situation today?
The Quinn lineage's predicament is because you use your own children as bargaining chips to climb the ladder. It's your greed and your social climbing that have ruined the Quinn's century-old reputation. Elder Quinn lived his whole life with integrity. His only mistake was letting you, Linya, marry into the family.
What's the point of saying all this now? Just take pity on us and let go of Evelyn's hand.
Pathetic, I see Blazevolt as nothing more than an ant. Adrian Vale reveres me like a god. Nathan Lorenz only has his current position because I put him there myself when I, Lucien Everlight, take a wife. Why should I care what anyone else thinks?
You shut your mouth. You shut the hell up. I finally see it now. No matter how powerful you are or how many identities you have, you'll always be that brainless fool.
Lucien Everlight. With words like that.
Getting killed 10,000 times
If you don't believe
wouldn't
me,
be
feel
enough.
free to call Nathan Lorenz here to confront me face to face.
Young man. Lord Nathan Lorenz is a man of great stature. Why would he waste his time coming to see you?
If you ask me. He's betting on the fact that we can't just summon Lord Nathan Lorenz here on a whim. That's why he's resorting to this pathetic lie. It's his classic move.
Tomorrow, the Order of the Unborn Blade will be re-established. At that time, Lord Nathan Lorenz will appear in person to announce the new roster of elders. Your lies will fall apart on their own. But what a shame, young man, I won't let you live to see tomorrow.
You brat! You think you can take me on?
I've trained in the way of power since childhood and have reached the realm of transcendence. I'm only half a step away from achieving apotheosis. Even if Adrian Vale were here, he wouldn't dare claim victory against me. Even a Supreme Celestial is a notch below me. Am I not worthy of fighting you?
Once in the realm of transcendence, divine powers flow naturally. Immortal arts are yours to command. Lord Blazevolt is truly worthy of being Lord Nathan Lorenz's right-hand man.
Thank you, Master, for bestowing this power upon me.
This art is called the Myriad Sword Art. Its essence is to manifest swords from your energy sword and energy become one, and the blades follow your will once you've mastered it. You'll be worthy of founding your own school.
Your grace, Master, I, Adrian Vale, will never forget.
The technique you're using, is it the Myriad Sword Art?
Young man, and you recognize a legacy, Art of my Hall of the Warlord, a legacy martial art. You should know, the Myriad Sword Art is immensely powerful. Aren't you going to get on your knees and beg for your life?
As expected of the Myriad Sword Art. The moment he uses it, the area instantly turns into a battlefield.
Even from 100 miles away.
I can still feel the energy of the water swords, turning water into swords to strike down Lucien Everlight. It'll be effortless.
Lord Blazevolt's ability to command water into swords is even greater than that of the Supreme Celestial. This is more than just a martial art. It's clearly an immortal technique.
Lord Blazevolt is the strongest person
I have ever seen.
Even a living mortal immortal would be no match for him.
The Myriad Sword. Art that I created is one of the most powerful techniques in existence. But in your hands, it's been reduced to a basic exercise. As an heir to the way of the sword, you don't strive for perfection. Instead, you've barely scratched the surface and you're already boasting shamelessly. Is that Adrian Vale trying to insult my legacy?
A great and terrible omen.
Old friend, are you sure your divination is accurate? Tomorrow is the day we reestablish the Order of the Unborn Blade. There can't be any mistakes. How could it be a bad omen?
The omen does not point to tomorrow, but to the Hall of the Warlord.
Ridiculous. My Hall of the Warlord has stood for years on its martial prowess, gathering all the masters under the heavens, within the great Jia Empire who would dare challenge me.
The omen indicates disaster from the southeast. The southeast.
That's the direction of the Quinn house. I almost forgot today is the day Stormvale is visiting to propose marriage. Could it be a conflict with Lucian Everlight?
Why didn't you say so earlier? No wonder the aura in the Imperial capital is in chaos and filled with killing intent. It must be from Blazevolt's sword technique.
Master, when did you return? Yeah, why didn't you say so earlier? How dare you, Blazevolt, to disrespect my master, annihilate his entire Reigns family? You're at death's door.
And you still dare to insult the arts of the Hall of the Warlord?
Kid, you've got some serious nerve. Miss Quinn, it has come to this. Lucian Everlight's death is already a certainty. Why do you keep insisting?
Lucian Everlight, if you truly love Evelyn, then let go of her hand. Do you really have the heart to watch her die under Lord Blazevolt's sword before you do?
Lucian Everlight, you useless coward. You know you're going to die, yet you still drag my Evelyn down with you. I've met all sorts of people, but you are the most shameless person I've ever seen. You make me sick to my stomach.
Lucian Everlight, you know you're going to die? And you're still here spouting arrogant nonsense. This behavior of yours is truly pathetic.
Evelyn, are you scared?
With you here, I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid of anything.
Blazevolt, do it.
Miss Quinn, have you thought this through? Today, Lucian Everlight will surely die. If you insist on standing in the way, you're choosing a path to death. In that case, I'll have to call off this marriage. And let you two become a pair of tragic lovers in death.
Go ahead, Lucian, and I will face life and death together.
Fine. You've got guts on the road to the underworld. I'll let you two keep each other company.
Lucian Everlight, I'll haunt you even as a ghost.
Lucian Everlight, not only can you not protect your own woman, but because of your own arrogance, you've dragged Evelyn into this Lucian Everlight. Are you even a man?
It seems I was never destined to be part of the Quinn house this drama. At this point, watching any longer is pointless. Lord Harford, let's go.
Young Master Stormvile. Look. Impossible. I sat by the great river fishing for decades just to understand the laws of water. How could I not break through your protective aura?
Break.
Blazevolt's mastery of the way of power has reached perfection. How could he be defeated so completely? Blazevolt hasn't lost a fight in 30 years. Yet today, he has fallen. Lucian Everlight's strength is far beyond our imagination. The Lord of the House really picked a fight with the wrong person today, indeed.
Impossible, I don't believe it. What kind of trick did you pull? A single exchange. And the winner is clear.
Just now that must have been an illusion, right? That loser? How could he possibly fight my father?
The myriad sword art is about splitting light and shadow and moving with your will. You can't even achieve unity between man and sword. So how can you control flying swords? That someone like you, with such a superficial understanding of the way of the sword, could become a major power. It's easy to imagine how the Hall of the Warlord has corrupted my legacy.
That shouldn't be possible. The art of geomancy requires talent. The master is whoever is better, but mastery of the way of power requires years of cultivation. While it's true that youth can be fearsome in a fight, in most cases, seniority comes first.
Iris, what do you mean?
I'm saying that Lucian Everlight is very clever. He's been disguised as an ordinary, common person, making us overlook the fact
That he's actually a master of arcane formations.
I see Lucian Everlight must have known in advance that I would come here to cause trouble, so he set up an arcane formation here beforehand, right?
that must be it. Lucian Everlight can only rely on his arcane formation to show off for a moment. Your opponent won't always give you the chance to set one up. Once you leave the Quinn house, you'll be like a fish on a chopping block ready to be sliced up at any time.
You're not skilled enough, so you cheat, and don't even have the guts to admit it. I really look down on a loser like you.
Lucian Everlight is used to being shameless. No matter what we say, he just pretends to be deaf.
Iris Quinn. You only know that my arcane formations are superb. But why have you never considered that my mastery of the way of power is far greater than my skill in the art of geomancy?
I never thought about what you said, because I know that's simply impossible.
And how would you know?
I come from the Oracle Pavilion, so of course I know that to make progress in the art of geomancy is as difficult as climbing to heaven. As for the way of power, whether it's internal cultivation or external physical training, it's not something achieved overnight.
Well said. Mastery of the way of power is not something achieved overnight. I've trained for decades, endured countless hardships, and collected countless scars to gain the skills I have today. But you, from birth until now, how many years have you trained? Both paths can lead to the heavens for an ordinary person to master even one path.
Is already difficult.
Among millions, only one might reach the realm of transcendence. With my father's mastery of the way of power, he's already at the pinnacle of the mortal world. Even Adrian Vale at his current age can't compare to him now.
Lucian Everlight. You may be a master of arcane formations, but when it comes to a real fight, you're no match for Lord Blazevolt.
But Lucian just now clearly defeated Blazevolt.
Silly sister, don't you get it yet? Lucian Everlight is only undefeated because he's relying on an arcane formation. What if we don't give him the chance to set one up?
Lucian Everlight, I figured you out. Your arcane formation is only effective within the grounds of this Quinn estate. If we were to take Evelyn away, would you dare to step outside the Quinn grounds and fight my father one-on-one?
Iris Quinn. I've told you before, don't use your limited perspective to judge my abilities. What you see as difficult as climbing to heaven is nothing to me.
What do you mean?
The methods of cultivation are vast and varied, yet there is not one that I haven't mastered, not one that I am not skilled in. You think mastering both arts and combat is the pinnacle? How could you know that most of the paths to apotheosis in this world were refined by my hand, without me? How could there be any grandmasters of the way of power in this world? How could there be a realm of transcendence?
Lucian Everlight, aren't you embarrassed?
Lucian Everlight. I thought you were going to cite classics and use logical analysis. I didn't expect you'd still be spouting outlandish nonsense.
Lucian Everlight must be delusional.
It's a type of mental illness.
He's probably lost his mind from training.
Lucian Everlight, you're a powerful figure in your own right. If you want respect, you don't have to resort to grandstanding. Let go of Evelyn's hand and we might still have a chance to be friends.
Forget it. I know Lucian Everlight's character too well. Let's just grab her, take Evelyn away. Once we're off the Quinn grounds, no matter how skilled Lucian Everlight is, he'll be no match for us.
No, I'm not going with you.
That's not up to you. I've figured it out. Your arcane formation is purely defensive. What if we insist on taking Evelyn now? If you're a man, come over here and fight.
I was trying to show some respect for an old acquaintance. But you people are actively seeking death. A physical fight? It's not impossible. It's just that you're not worthy. The main techniques of the Hall of the Warlord were written by me personally. What you see as divine techniques in my eyes are full of flaws.
Son, just go ahead and make your move. I've got your back.
To kill him, I don't need my father to step in anymore. This jade pendant was a gift from the master of the Hall of the Warlord to protect my life. Once it's crushed, he will immediately sense that I'm in danger and rush here at once, Lucian Everlight. When the master of the Hall of the Warlord arrives, you will know the meaning of true despair.
Lucia. No matter how strong the arcane formation is, it can't withstand the immense power of Adrian Vale's fists. We can't win against them.
Master, you're finally here.
He came so fast. It seems young Master Stormveil really is the one the Master of the Hall of the Warlord values most. Based on this level of importance, inheriting the Hall of the Warlord in the future is a sure thing.
Lucian, Everlight, if you want to leave now.
It's too late.
The marriage I chose for Evelyn was not a mistake. If Stormveil inherits the Hall of the Warlord one day, my Quinn lineage will also rise with them.
I'd like to see, Lucian. Everlight, you loser, just how arrogant you can be in front of Adrian Vale. I'm afraid you won't even get a chance to set up a formation.
Young man, let me give you a piece of advice. Don't put up any resistance. All your attempts to fight back will be futile.
Lucien, just bow your head and Ikaed and apologize. I'll go beg the Rains family to spare your life. I'm sure Adrian Vale will give the Rains family that much face.
Even if I wanted to apologize, Adrian Vale wouldn't dare accept it.
Lucien, at a time like this, don't worry about so-called pride. Adrian Vale is not like other people. He's truly ruthless.
I knew it. Lucian Everlight, you loser. You have no idea who Adrian Vale is. When Master Vale makes his move, you'll understand just what kind of formidable enemy you've provoked.
Lucian Everlight, even if you brought the Supreme Celestial here, it wouldn't be enough to save your life. The Hall of the Warlord has stood proudly for years. With his iron fists, Adrian Vale has cleared his own path and defeated every opponent in his way. Lucian Everlight, if Adrian Vale wants to kill you, who would dare protect you?
Do you know among the 4 great houses of the imperial capital why my Harford family has always been ranked first? The reason is we have Master Vale's protection. There are countless hidden sects in the world, but in terms of power, only the Hall of the Warlord has always been number 1.
Master, that arrogant fool has no respect for our Hall of the Warlord at all. You must teach him a lesson.
Lord Vale. Why did you strike Lord Stormveil?
Lord Vale is an incredibly proud man. He must be furious with Lord Stormveil for his lack of skill. He's embarrassed him in public.
I just hope the Rains family doesn't hold a grudge against our Quinn house.
When it comes down to it, it's all your fault, you loser. You caused all this trouble.
If I'd known earlier, I would have joined Blazevolt and choked Lucian Everlight to death. Then none of this would have happened. It's not too late. Although Lord Vale is angry with my son, he will never allow the Hall of the Warlord to be insulted. With him taking action, killing Lucian Everlight will be as easy as killing a dog.
Every extra second I have to look at Lucian Everlight makes me sick. The sooner he dies, the sooner I'll feel at ease.
You disgrace. Do you realize your mistake?
Lord Vale, I admit, my skills were inferior, but that arrogant fool repeatedly disrespected the Hall of the Warlord. He's utterly shameless. We must make him pay with his blood.
I'm the one who doesn't respect the Hall of the Warlord, Adrian Vale. You got a problem with that? A true hero serves the country and its people. If you truly want to achieve apotheosis and leave the mortal world, what's most important isn't invincible power, but a kind heart that seeks to save the world and the nation.
A master's kindness is as heavy as a mountain heaven, earth, ruler, parent, master. From this day forward, Adrian Vale will honor his master above all.
Master.
I finally found you again.
Lucy, you've offended the Hall of the Warlord. There's nothing I can do to help you smooth things over.
Lucian, Everlight, if you're going to give up on yourself, find somewhere private and just kill yourself. Don't drag us insignificant people down with you.
Lord Vale. Everything that was said by Lucian Everlight. It has nothing to do with our Quinn house. He thinks he's got some skills, so he looks down on all the heroes. Someone like him doesn't deserve to live in this world.
It's been so many years I can finally see Lord Vale in action. For Lucian Everlight to die at his hands today is an honor.
Lord Vale. This man is arrogant and disrespectful. He treats the authority of our Hall of the Warlord as if it's nothing.
Your own reputation
has been repeatedly insulted by him. If he doesn't die, how can our Hall of the Warlord command respect in this world?
Silence. Silence.
Adrian Vale. Lucian Everlight was the one humiliating you. Why did you severely injure my son? Could it be that you're afraid of Lucian Everlight's arcane formation? When the Hall of the Warlord educates its disciples, do you teach them to bully the weak and fear the strong?
Silence. All of my skills were taught to me by my master Lucian Everlight. How could I ever defeat my own master? You and your son disrespected my master. That makes you a mortal enemy of the Hall of the Warlord. How could I possibly spare your lives?
Lord Vale. Are you joking?
Lord Vale, you are the #1 master in Daxia. You've protected the nation for years, with countless achievements. You're hailed as a peerless national treasure, and the greatest genius in the world of martial arts.
All your skills, how could they have been passed down from a young man?
Did I hear that correctly?
How old is Lucian Everlight? No wonder I always sensed a maturity in him that doesn't belong to someone his age.
Lucian Everlight is Adrian Vale's master? Is that the source of his confidence?
Back when I first started my journey, if it weren't for my master adjusting my techniques and teaching me with great care, how could the Hall of the Warlord have become so prosperous?
So that means in terms of seniority.
Lucian Everlight is my grandmaster.
At least you understand, boy. According to the rules of the Hall of the Warlord, anyone who disrespects their elders will suffer 3 stabs and 6 wounds and be expelled from the sect today. You've made a grave mistake. You nearly brought about the annihilation of the Hall of the Warlord. So will you do it yourself, or should I do it for you?
Lord Vale. Lord Vale, for the sake of our many years of acquaintance, show me some respect.
Humph, in front of my master, you, the mere head of the Rains family, have no face to speak of.
I am about to become an outer elder of the Order of the Unborn Blade. Even Nathan Lorenz holds me in high regard. Even if you look down on my Rains family, you can't possibly look down on the Order of the Unborn Blade, can you?
Lucian Everlight.
Lucian Everlight.
My father is with the Order of the Unborn Blade. If you dare touch a single hair on my head, Lord Nathan Lawrence will not let you go.
Lucian, whether it's the Hall of the Warlord or the Oracle Pavilion in front of that behemoth, the Order of the Unborn Blade, they are nothing. That is the colossal sect that truly controls the fate of Daxia.
It's fine. I will personally inform Nathan Lawrence to revoke the Rains family's position as Outer Elder.
Boy, do you have any idea who Lord Nathan Lawrence is?
Even I.
Rarely get to have an audience with him. Just with a few words from you, do you think you can change the internal structure of the Order of the Unborn Blade?
Lucian Everlight, no matter how your status changes, you can't change your habit of bragging.
Lucian Everlight is quite a character. Even the Supreme Celestial Adrian Vale treats you with respect. But even so, in front of Lord Nathan Lorenz, you must still bow your head.
Lucian, it's better not to say such things in the future. If Lord Nathan Lawrence gets upset, even Adrian Vale and the Supreme Celestial combined can't withstand his wrath.
My father has served Lord Nathan Lawrence for many years and has earned his deep trust. Who do you think you are? You actually dare to try to change Lord Nathan Lawrence's mind?
Nathan Lawrence is nothing but a dog of mine. If I give an order, how dare he not obey?
Lucian Everlight, do you think with the protection of the Oracle Pavilion and the Hall of the Warlord, no one can touch you? Let me tell you, just those few words you said are enough to bring great disaster upon all of us here.
Lucian, Everlight, a leopard can't change its spots. You're such a troublemaker. Are you out of your mind?
Lucian Everlight achieved fame at a young age and associates with powerful figures. That's why he has no reverence for the world. With a personality like that, no matter how much power you have, you'll never be a good match for our Evelyn.
Nathan Lawrence is the acting Grandmaster of the Order of the Unborn Blade. His status is so revered that all of us here put together are nothing compared to him. Lucian Everlight, your words will be your downfall.
Lucian Everlight, if you kneel and beg for my forgiveness right now, I promise you that I won't tell Lord Nathan Lawrence what you said otherwise. Just wait for your death.
You people really don't use your brains at all, do you? You only know that Nathan Lorenz is the Grandmaster of the Order of the Unborn Blade and holds a revered position. But have you ever thought about who gave him all of this? Before him, who was the true Grandmaster of the Order of the Unborn Blade?
You're not trying to say that you're the Order of the Unborn Blade's long-lost Grandmaster Supreme, are you?
The Grandmaster of the Order of the Unborn Blade disappeared 10 years ago. Judging by his age, he would have been in his prime back then, but you were just a child rolling in the mud. Lucian Everlight, your bragging is getting a little out of hand. Lucian Everlight, your status and power have already been acknowledged by everyone. Can't we just take a step back? Why must you push yourself into a dead end?
Lucian Everlight, don't you just want to be with Evelyn? I agree to it. I'm just begging you. Please stop causing trouble, okay?
Lucian Everlight, you can be with Evelyn, but on one condition. You must have no connection to our Quinn house. I would rather live a mediocre life than be dragged down by you and die a horrible death.
Enough.
I founded the Order of the Unborn Blade. Nathan Lawrence is the acting grandmaster because I...
Shut up. You may dare to say such outrageous things, but we don't dare to listen.
Lucian Everlight, has your life been too easy? You have no idea that there are some people in this world that you couldn't afford to offend even in a dozen lifetimes.
Boy, tomorrow Lord Nathan Lawrence will arrive at the cloud-reaching pavilion in the imperial capital. That will be the day you die. If you have the guts, you can repeat what you said today to Lord Nathan Lorenz's face. Lord Rains, he's just putting on a brave face. He's probably already drenched in a cold sweat from fear. How would he dare face Lord Nathan Lorenz?
Lucian Everlight. You might have some backing, but tomorrow you will understand that in the eyes of Lord Nathan Lawrence, all your so-called abilities are utterly worthless. All he needs to do is lift a finger and he can easily destroy you.
Harold Harkin challenges Lucian Everlight to a duel tomorrow at the cloud-reaching pavilion. Harold Harkin, the patriarch of the Harkin house, the one who once guarded the sword for the mortal immortal. It's said that back then, Harold Harkin's power was just a step below the mortal immortal now. After years in seclusion, his power has surged. Perhaps he is no longer inferior to the mortal immortal.
The Harkin house has stood for many years relying solely on the patriarch.
Lucian Everlight is finally going to pay the price. Patriarch Harkin is someone who maintains his pride even in the face of the Order of the Unborn Blade. Even Nathan Lawrence is no match for him.
So that means Lucian Everlight is a dead man tomorrow.
He's just a dog who merely guarded my sword. An ant trying to shake a tree.
Exactly. A mere firefly's glow daring to compete with the bright moon. What a joke.
Lucian Everlight, whether you accept the challenge or not, you shouldn't have torn up the challenge letter. By doing so, Patriarch Harkin will think you've shown him great disrespect.
When the patriarch is angry, 1,000,000 bodies will fall. What's more, Lord Nathan Lorenz won't let you off so easily. If those two join forces, the entire imperial capital will likely be washed in a river of blood. Lucian Everlight, you've brought a terrible disaster upon us. Aren't you afraid of divine retribution?
Mom.
Let's pack our things and get ready to leave the imperial capital. Patriarch. Harkin has emerged after so many years, only to be insulted like this. Anyone with a brain can imagine what the consequences will be.
Lucian Everlight, are there really no people in this world that you care about? Do you know that a single word from you could cause the Oracle Pavilion and the Hall of the Warlord, two great powers, to be reduced to ashes?
As strong as Adrian Vale is, he's ultimately just a warrior. But Patriarch Harkin already has a half-immortal body. His cultivation is even stronger than the recently ascended Victor Zane of Mistvale Mountain. Not weaker, everyone.
You should leave for now.
If you stay here, you might incur the wrath of Patriarch Harkin.
There must be another way. How about this? I'll go to the Harkin house and the Order of the Unborn Blade. I'll kneel and apologize to them and beg them to spare your life, Evelyn.
I told you with me here you don't need to bow your head to anyone.
By the way,
please rest assured, Master, tomorrow the Hall of the Warlord and the Oracle Pavilion will stand by your side.
It's useless. It's useless. Nathan Lawrence's Order of the Unborn Blade is incredibly powerful, and Patriarch Harkin is practically an Earthborn immortal. He is the undisputed #1 combatant in the mortal world. Even if we risk our lives against him, we wouldn't last more than a few rounds.
Evelyn, I once guarded the Celestial Gate with a single sword. Killing him is like slaughtering a dog.
Lucian, no matter what mistakes you've made, I will definitely never let go of your hand. Through life and death, I will stand with you.
Since this morning, The Norwin family, known for being as rich as a nation, has officially launched a commercial war against the Quinn house. Any business the Quinn house is involved in is being suppressed with immense financial power. It seems they are preparing to align themselves with the Harkin house.
The Quinn house has been good to me. Linya and Iris. Quinn may be detestable, but the Quinn house cannot be destroyed. That is my bottom line.
Understood. I have already instructed the Sovereign Consortium to extend a helping hand to the Quinn house with financial support. Rest assured, we will definitely be able to turn the tide.
What about the other three great houses?
The Harford and Halden families are also wavering. They are ignoring the orders of the Hall of the Warlord and the Oracle Pavilion. It seems they've made up their minds to become vassals of the Harkin house. Since Harold Harkin came out of seclusion, the power structure of the imperial capital has been completely changed. His presence alone has overshadowed the entire reorganization of the Order of the Unborn Blade.
Back then. When I failed my apotheosis, the biggest reason was that the blade of Aeon was damaged. And in all of Daxia, the only one with the qualifications to touch the blade of Aeon and the power to tamper with it was Harold Harkin.
Then tomorrow,
if the Harkin house is truly involved, I will eradicate them root and stem.
So you're saying you deliberately created a scene to draw the attention of the entire imperial capital and plan to uncover the truth at the banquet tomorrow?
Part of it is to create a spectacle. The other part is that the four great houses are indeed restless. They're too eager to usurp the foundation I've built over many years. What about the thing I asked you to bring?
Sovereign Lord, for the past 5 years I've lived in seclusion, and have never relaxed for a moment all the ether essence I gathered has been brewed into this divine wine. After drinking it, your power will return to its peak, or perhaps even reach a new level. Grandmaster, you should rest for now. I will be there tomorrow to face them with you. The Harkin house.
Lucien, how can you still be in the mood for drinking at a time like this? Was that man you were talking to the help you hired?
Him? He's not exactly help. You know him too, that's Nathan Lawrence.
Lucien, tomorrow is a matter of life and death for us. Stop trying to act tough. What's Nathan Lawrence's status? Even if you know each other, why would he come to the Quinn residence late at night just to see you?
Evelyn. I've said it before. Nathan Lawrence is just a dog of mine.
You're drunk, I'll just assume you're talking nonsense. Lucien, I just want to remind you, no matter how hopeless it gets, don't give up on yourself. Even if I know it means death. I will always be by your side.
Okay.
We welcome the patriarch out of seclusion.
Lucien, I've packed our things. Let's go.
Go? Where are we going?
To the ends of the earth, there must be somewhere the Harkin house and the Order of the Unborn Blade can't reach. We have no way out now. Running away is our only chance of survival.
You cause trouble and then you think you can just walk away? None of you are leaving today.
Since yesterday, the four great houses led by the Norwin family
Have launched a devastating attack.
on our Quinn family's businesses.
So far,
Our family company's market value has plummeted by over 60%.
Mom, sis.
shut up. If it weren't for you blindly and constantly indulging Lucian Everlight, how could our Quinn family's legacy be so utterly destroyed?
There are reasons for what happened. Now, if we want to save the Quinn Empire, the only way is to hand over Lucian Everlight to appease the wrath of those powerful figures.
Little sister?
Look at this drunkard. Is he really worth risking your life to protect?
I never plan to leave today. Everything will be settled.
Lucien Everlight, if you have any conscience left, please go and kill yourself in front of Lord Nathan Lawrence and Patriarch Harkin, so our Quinn family isn't dragged down with you.
Sis. We've lived together for 5 years. How can you be so heartless?
Lucien Everlight is quite a character. At his age, to have such skills, he's indeed better than me, he's indeed better than me. But great skills like that can't be exchanged for money.
The combined financial power of the four great houses is enough to completely destroy the Quinn business. Our cash flow is completely broken. If you don't hand over Lucian Everlight, how will you two sisters face our ancestors?
The Quinn's crisis. I will resolve it myself.
If you had a solution, you wouldn't have been drinking here all night.
I can smell the alcohol on you from a mile away. It's disgusting. It's disgusting.
Have you ever heard of the Sovereign Consortium in the Imperial capital?
A business alliance formed by several giant financial magnates. It's considered the top financial system in the nation. The wealth they hold is enough to determine the nation's fate for the next century.
So what if I've heard of it? You're talking nonsense again. Are you trying to say you can mobilize the Sovereign Consortium's funds?
The people from the Sovereign Consortium are reclusive titans. They never get involved in conflicts between powers. Even if you knew them, you don't have the standing to make them intervene and fund the Quinn family. Lucian Everlight, you're just full of hot air. It's not believable at all.
I have already notified the Sovereign Consortium to give the Quinn family a chance to turn things around. You just need to tell me if the Sovereign Consortium's money is enough. If it's not, I can think of other ways.
The wealth of the four great houses compared to the Sovereign Consortium is nothing. You're just a drunkard.
What right do you have to order them around?
No matter how good you are at fighting. They won't give you any respect.
The Sovereign Consortium has battled in the business world for years. Don't you know that money can move gods? Lucian Everlight, you're not invincible. Why do you always underestimate the heroes of this world?
It is you who have always underestimated my means and abilities.
You arrogant fool. Your death would be no loss. You love to cause trouble, but have no ability to solve it. You think just because you have strong fists, you're always right. But in the Imperial capital, there are hidden masters. Countless people could crush us. Just like now, a little financial pressure has already cornered the Quinn family.
Lucian Everlight, you're just name-dropping the Sovereign Consortium because you don't understand them. Do you even know who founded the Sovereign Consortium? It's Evan Lawrence. He's the cousin of Nathan Lawrence from the Order of the Unborn Blade.
You just offended.
The Order of the Unborn Blade. No matter how much influence you think you have, the Sovereign Consortium will never help you.
Then we shall wait and see.
Aren't those the Quinn family? How dare they show up here?
I heard Nangong Wang himself declared war. The Quinn family has thoroughly offended the four great houses.
In that case, the Quinn family's bankruptcy is a done deal.
Exactly.
Mom, don't be angry. They're just people kicking us while we're down.
I'm not angry, let them kick us while we're down. I only regret not getting rid of that waste of space, Lucian Everlight, sooner. If he hadn't offended so many powerful people, why would our Quinn family be targeted?
In the past, wherever our Quinn family went, we were honored guests. But now we've become rats that everyone wants to exterminate.
It's fine.
Once I hand over Lucian Everlight and calm the anger of the great houses, our Quinn family can still save itself.
Evelyn.
Your life is on the line.
Yet he's drunk all day.
Clearly giving up without.
Any sense of responsibility? Do you still want to share?
Life and death with him? Back then, Elder Quinn must have been blind to let him into the Quinn family.
I've long heard that the men of the Quinn lineage die young. And the family is run by a group of women. It seems the rumors are true, Mrs. Lynn. This feeling of being unable to hold things up alone must be tough, isn't it?
Head of the Norwin family. What do you mean by that?
I'm giving you a chance to survive. Voluntarily hand over all shares of Quinn Corporation and I'll buy them with cash. From now on, you can live a life of leisure and wealth. Otherwise, just wait for your company to go bankrupt, be saddled with huge debts, and end up on the streets.
Quinn Corporation was founded by Elder Quinn himself. It's priceless. The mere Norwin family probably can't afford it.
Among the four great houses of the imperial capital in terms of wealth, my Norwin family is number one in this world. Is there any company that I can't acquire? Besides, Quinn Corporation is already on the verge of collapse. Its market value has plummeted. How much could it possibly be worth?
Lucien Everlight, you shut your mouth. You have no right to speak here. Head of the Norwin family, I wonder what price you can offer. As long as the price is right, I'll package the company and give it directly to you.
My mother and I have discussed it. A fine bird chooses its tree. Leaning on the Norwin family is a good choice.
We won't have to worry about money anymore.
No, the Quinn business is the lifeblood of our family for generations. How can we sell it so easily?
Quinn Corporation's market value may not be high, but Elder Quinn's life's work is priceless. I said you can't afford it, and you can't. Besides, are you so sure? That Quinn Corporation won't rise from the ashes?
Lucien Everlight, can you stop causing trouble? Having the protection of the Norwin family is the only hope for the Quinns to survive.
Evelyn, now you remember to protect the Quinn business. If it weren't for you, how would we have fallen this low? And you, Lucien Everlight. Your hypocritical act is the most disgusting thing I've ever seen in my life.
Lucien Everlight, doesn't care about the Quinn family. He just wants to ruin this acquisition ceremony.
The way I see it, Lucien Everlight has no way out himself, and he doesn't want the Quinn family to survive either. So, he might as well just cut off their lifeline. After all, if the Norwin family doesn't pay to acquire you, you'll all end up begging on the streets.
Quinn Corporation is under my protection. There's no need to rely on others.
Lucien Everlight, you're a pauper who needs Evelyn to pay for your drinks. What can you possibly use to protect Quinn Corporation? You're a good fighter, sure. But are you going to go out?
And rob people for money? Lucien Everlight, I'm begging you, just give us a way out. Please?
I'll offer $10 billion. Is that enough for Quinn Corporation to overcome this crisis?
Lucien Everlight, do you have any idea what $10 billion means? $10 billion. Even if you sold every bone in your body, you wouldn't be worth that much.
Lucien Everlight, I think you've completely lost your mind. Stop making sarcastic remarks.
Can status be exchanged for money?
Go ask the Oracle Pavilion and the Hall of the Warlord if they can scrape together.
$10 billion?
Lucien Everlight, how does someone like you even survive in this world? With your way of doing things, you're completely out of sync with society's rules.
A high level of power might let you be active in small circles, but to truly stand at the top of the world, you need wealth. Lucien Everlight, your skills are indeed impressive. But that just proves you're even more of a pauper.
Power is important, sure, but character, family background, ability and knowledge, all these things that can be converted into wealth are just as important. Otherwise, on what grounds could my Norwin family become one of the four great houses?
The Sovereign Consortium's funds will be transferred to Quinn Corporation's account today.
Lucien Everlight, how stubborn can you be? What does your worthless life have to offer to attract the support of the Sovereign Consortium? You should be thanking your lucky stars they aren't helping Lord Nathan Lawrence.
To deal with you, Lucien Everlight, you are truly beyond saving.
Young man, you probably don't understand the Sovereign Consortium's status in the business world. It's a mythical organization. Even my Norwin family can hardly compare. Its founder, Evan Lawrence, is a godlike figure who is as elusive as a dragon.
He just hears a name somewhere and uses it to brag. That's Lucien Everlight's usual trick.
But everything you thought was just Lucien's bragging in the end. Didn't it all come true?
Evan Lawrence of the Sovereign Consortium is a reclusive master who rarely shows his face. How could Lucien Everlight possibly know him?
Mom, in our company's account, $10 billion suddenly appeared.
What? Iris.
You're not mistaken, are you? The sending account is the Sovereign Consortium.
The Sovereign Consortium.
Lucien, was it really you who helped?
I told you I would solve the Quinn family's crisis. I will solve it. We don't need the Norwin family sticking their nose in it.
How is this possible? Evan Lawrence has been a recluse for years. He's probably never even heard of the Quinn family.
Why would he throw $10 billion
at a failing company? Impossible. Absolutely impossible. There must be a catch.
It's merely $10 billion. If the Quinn family needed hundreds of billions, or even trillions, what's so difficult about that for me?
Lucien Everlight, you're so shameless. It was just a lucky break. Do you think this $10 billion is your doing?
Mom Lucien did what he promised. He's our family's savior, you. How can you still have this attitude?
Evelyn, don't let him fool you. The Sovereign Consortium's funds were provided for the Rains family out of respect. It has nothing to do with Lucien Everlight, not a single thing. I see now.
Head of House Blazevolt is one of Nathan Lawrence's most trusted men, and since Evan Lawrence is from the same family, it makes sense for him to give the Rains family special consideration.
It's only natural.
So for this $10 billion, we are indebted to the Rains family.
Of course, my father is Nathan Lawrence's irreplaceable right-hand man. Once Evelyn marries into our Rains family, you'll have unimaginable wealth.
Nathan Lawrence sees my Rains family as a cornerstone of the Order of the Unborn Blade.
This $10 billion investment
is likely the Sovereign Consortium's way of extending an olive branch to my Rains family.
The head of the Rains family is right. To be associated with the Rains family is the blessing of a lifetime for us.
Lucien Everlight, you're all talk. You've never brought a single thing to our Quinn house. But look at Mr. Stormvile. He brought $10 billion out of fuss, acting with such modesty. That is the difference between the two of you.
You all are quite the actors. Your insignificant Rains family was expelled from the Order of the Unborn Blade long ago. What right do you have to be favored by the Sovereign Consortium?
I'm giving you this opportunity. Prepare enough cash to help the Quinn house through this crisis. The Grandmaster will surely grant you the right to join the Order of the Unborn Blade.
Rest assured, brother. The $10 billion is just a prelude. All of the Sovereign Consortium's cash reserves will be at the Quinn lineage's disposal from now on.
River Grand Hotel.
My Rains family expelled? I've served Nathan Lawrence with unwavering loyalty. How could I possibly be expelled?
Dad, don't pay him any mind. He's just a madman, completely delusional. I bet he even thinks he's the master of the Order of the Unborn Blade.
Head of House Rains, since you're close with the Sovereign Consortium, I wonder if you could get them to invest a bit more. We would offer some appropriate dividends or shares in return. After all, it's always good to be sheltered by a great tree.
The head of House Rains is right besides Lucien. Everlight is a dead man today anyway.
So it's a perfect time
for our two families to plan the children's wedding. Sooner or later, we'll all be one family.
It seems today the Rains family's status is already so high this round. I have lost.
Lucien, that $10 billion, did it really come from you?
Yesterday, I was the one who ordered Nathan Lorenz to unconditionally support Quinn Corporation's projects and to expel the Rains family from the Imperial capital.
Kid, aren't you afraid of biting your own tongue? You know you're a dead man, so you're just enjoying your last words, right? I'm telling you, Nathan Lorenz will be here any moment. I want to see if you'll still have the guts to be so defiant.
Lucien Everlight, if I were you, I'd just end it myself. Otherwise, when Nathan Lorenz gets here, he'll wish you were dead.
Lucien Everlight, you're not weak, but your ambition runs too deep. You are destined to be a fleeting success. Just look at the situation now. All you've brought my Quinn house is the brink of destruction. If Mr. Stormvile hadn't stepped in, we all would have been ruined because of you.
The founder of the Sovereign Consortium.
Evan Lawrence.
And the acting Grandmaster of the Order of the Unborn Blade.
Nathan Lorenz have arrived.
Lucien Everlight, whether you're truly mad or just faking it, your life ends today. You'll never again have the chance to pester my Evelyn or to block the rise of my Quinn lineage.
Do you have any regrets? With your abilities, you should have been above all others, but instead, you've ended up in this miserable state.
Iris, it's bad luck to talk to a dead man. So unlucky, you should come with me to welcome Nathan Lawrence.
Lucian, don't be afraid I'll face this with you.
You must be Mr. Evan Lawrence? Oh, thank you for the $10 billion investment. You helped my in-laws save the foundation of the Quinn lineage.
Mr. Evan Lawrence, you truly are a remarkable man.
I don't know you. Don't get in the way of my business. Move. But
weren't you the one who invested out of respect for my father investing $10 billion in the Quinn house? How could you not know him?
Mr. Evan Lawrence, don't you recognize the head of House Blazevolt?
So you're Blazevolt.
Who the hell do you think you are?
You think you're worthy of my funding? The aid to the Quinn lineage was a direct order from the Grandmaster Supreme of the Order of the Unborn Blade. How dare you try to take the credit?
Don't hurt me. We're all family. I'm also a member of the Order of the Unborn Blade.
Shut up. From now on, you're not. By order of the Grandmaster. I hereby revoke the Rains family's status as Outer Elders. You are exiled from the Imperial capital. Defy this order, and you will be executed without mercy.
Dad!
When did I ever offend the Grandmaster of the Order of the Unborn Blade?
Lucius Crane of the Oracle Pavilion. Lucius Crane.
Adrian Vale of the Hall of the Warlord, Adrian Vale.
Evan Lawrence of the Sovereign Consortium. Evan Lawrence. We greet the Grandmaster Supreme.
We ask the Grandmaster to restore the Order of the Unborn Blade.
And bring glory to our nation.
Lucia, you really are.
Evelyn, I told you, with me here, the Quinn house needs no one else's protection.
The position of Vice Director at the Sovereign Consortium is always reserved for you, Miss Evelyn. I will personally guide Miss Evelyn through the company's internal affairs once you are ready. I will step down.
From this day on, the Hall of the Warlord's entire collection of secret manuals will be open to the Quinn lineage, free of charge. The Hall of the Warlord's 4 guest elders will be permanently stationed at the Quinn house to defend against any petty intruders.
I have already set up an arcane formation at the Quinn house. The Quinn house is now the most blessed land in the Imperial capital. If one cultivates within it, their progress will be doubled.
Lucian, what is going on? The Grandmaster of the Order of the Unborn Blade. Wait, isn't that Nathan Lawrence?
Miss Evelyn, years ago, the Master was gravely injured and went into seclusion. Before he left, he entrusted the Order of the Unborn Blade to me. I promised him then that whenever the Master returned, I would return his title to him.
The day the Rains family came with their betrothal gifts, you all did nothing but mock and ridicule me. So now I ask you, whose betrothal gifts can truly lead the Quinn lineage to the very top?
A disloyal family like the Harfords is nothing compared to the Oracle Pavilion and the Hall of the Warlord. The myriad sword art is powerful, sure, but it's just one of the Hall of the Warlord's many texts in its collection, and that's not even mentioning the financial backing of the Sovereign Consortium.
The gifts from Blazevolt and his son
are an absolute joke compared to yours.
Lucian, that's all in the past. I was blind. I didn't see who you truly were.
And as for you two, father and son, you were so proud and arrogant about joining the Order of the Unborn Blade. Now that I've ordered you both expelled, I have to ask, what gives you the right to try and steal my woman?
For a family like yours, being allowed into the Order of the Unborn Blade was an act of grace, but you repaid kindness with ingratitude. From this day forward, the Rains family will no longer exist.
Effective immediately, Storm Vale is expelled from the Hall of the Warlord. All his inherited skills will be stripped from him. Break his limbs and shatter his meridians. We can let you live, but from now on, the rest of your days will be spent in a wheelchair.
I will place a small formation on the Rains clan. A small formation to seal their true energy and block their Dantean, making it impossible for them to ever cultivate again.
I've cultivated for so many years to get where I am today to be turned into a cripple now. It's a fate worse than death.
Everyone, is it really necessary to be so utterly ruthless?
We serve Lucian Everlight as our master. Miss Evelyn is therefore the matriarch of our Order of the Unborn Blade. Your descendant dared to make a move on the Grandmaster's wife. That is a capital crime. If it weren't for our past history, I would have already wiped out your entire clan.
Mom, I warned you long ago to not burn your bridges, but you refused to listen. Now you've completely offended Lucien. I don't even have the face to ask for mercy on your behalf. Sister, you looked down on Lucien. You thought he would only bring me disaster. But did you ever stop to think, with so many chosen ones in the imperial capital, why I insisted on marrying only Lucien?
You.
Only saw Lucien drinking every day in a stupor, but you never saw him fight for me with his life. Only I know. I am his very life.
Evelyn. We're all family. Why bring up the past? Fine, regarding your marriage, I won't object anymore.
Lucien Everlight, your status is far beyond what we imagined, but surviving today will be just as difficult for you. Have you forgotten? About your duel with Patriarch Harkin?
I almost forgot.
Lucien Everlight.
Your Order of the Unborn Blade is powerful, I'll grant you that.
But Patriarch Harkin is the pinnacle of power in this world.
Years ago, Patriarch Harkin served as the guardian of the blade for the mortal immortal. Although the mortal immortal failed to draw his sword, the ether essence he released nourished Patriarch Harkin's body. Thanks to that ether essence, Patriarch Harkin has been in seclusion for years. His current cultivation is likely second only to the mortal immortal, Lucien Everlight. How will you face your duel with him?
Nathan Lawrence.
Lucius Crane and Adrian Vale are certainly skilled in their own right and are powerful figures, but in front of Patriarch Harkin, you are all as weak as ants.
If Lucien Everlight really is the Grandmaster of the Order of the Unborn Blade, then after today, whether the Order of the Unborn Blade will even exist is anyone's guess. In that case, my son and I getting kicked out of the Order was a blessing in disguise.
Ha ha ha.
Lucien Everlight's character has never changed. No matter how strong he gets, he always manages to provoke someone even stronger than himself. Evelyn, are you still going to stay by Lucien Everlight's side? That means you'll be standing against Patriarch Harkin.
Is being a guardian of the blade such a noble profession?
Lucien Everlight, you are too inexperienced. You still don't know what the mortal immortal means to the people of this world to be able to guard his blade. Even for a half-step exiled celestial is an honor worth dying for. It is the highest glory.
Patriarch Harkin has guarded the blade for many years. He has long been the mortal immortal's confidant.
Even if you're not afraid of him, are you?
Not afraid of the soon-to-be-revealed mortal immortal?
What's wrong? Are you scared speechless?
I just pray that Patriarch Harkin won't blame us for the death of Marcus Harkin.
A man with a wolf's ambition is ultimately untamable.
That Harold Harkin is nothing more than a servant I casually ordered around back in the day. How could he have such a high status? He's never even met me, let alone become my confidant. Are you all just overthinking things, or has he been bluffing with someone else's power all these years?
Insolent fool. How dare you spout such nonsense again? Insolent fool.
Welcome the head of the Harkin house.
The head of the Harkin house now firmly holds the top seat among the four great houses. His status is so high it's unprecedented. He is the most powerful noble in the imperial capital. Why are you not kneeling to welcome him?
A wise bird chooses its tree. With Patriarch Harkin emerging and the backing of Mistvale Mountain, they have undoubtedly become the #1 power in the nation. I was not aware of your arrival, head of the Harkin house. Please forgive my lack of welcome. The Rains family, father and son, wish to serve as your loyal vassals and pledge our eternal loyalty.
Your reputation precedes you, head of the Harkin house. Seeing you today, you are indeed as impressive as the legends say.
Your noble aura is overwhelming.
I don't know how much stronger you are than some backwater loser who got lucky and rose to power.
You're leagues above him.
Despite having no cultivation, he can command heroes and sits at the pinnacle of the imperial capital. The methods of the Harkin house are the key to my Quinn lineage's ascension.
The sooner we pledge allegiance, the sooner we'll receive the Harkin dynasty's support. Once Patriarch Harkin emerges and kills Lucien Everlight in this vast nation, there will be no power that can challenge the Harkin dynasty.
The Oracle Pavilion, the Hall of the Warlord,
and the Sovereign Consortium.
So this reassembled Order of the Unborn Blade is the source of your confidence. In the past, these few
would have been enough for you to run rampant, but compared to my family's patriarch,
they're as weak as ants, aren't they? You're Evelyn Quinn. My son, Marcus Harkin, died because of you. By the rules of the Harkin house, I should lock you in our ancestral tomb so you can spend the rest of your life with my son's grave. But for a beauty like you, following the rules to the letter would be such a waste.
What do you want?
Come to the Harkin house and be my personal handmaiden. Perhaps only then would I consider sparing the Quinn house.
To be of service to the master of the Harkon house is an honor for the Quinn lineage. Evelyn, greet, the master of the Harkon house. From now on, you will serve him as your master.
Regarding Marcus Harkon's death, we do share some responsibility. If this can preserve the foundation of the Quinn lineage, it's a worthy sacrifice. Evelyn, it's time for you to do your duty for the family.
I'm surprised you old lecher, you're quite the pervert.
Lucian Everlight, if you dare insult the master again, I'll risk my life to rip that foul mouth of yours apart.
To serve the master's daily needs is a blessing Miss Quinn earned in a past life by using the resources of the Harkin house in the future.
She might even
achieve apotheosis. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
Following the master is the highest glory. This is an honor your order of the unborn blade could never provide. Lucien Everlight,
my Rains family,
is a minor house.
We can't afford to offend you, but if you insist on opposing the Harkon house, not even the immortals can save you.
Dad, just let him run his mouth. When Patriarch Harkin arrives, it will be his doom. For a man about to die, it's normal to be a little crazy.
Lucien Everlight, my patriarch's power now surpasses even the mortal immortal, and the Harkin house is backed by Mistvale Mountain. This Evelyn Quinn, even as my handmaiden, will be nobler than the matriarch of your order of the unborn blade.
When the mortal immortal guarded the celestial gate, Harold Harkin was just a child who couldn't even hold a sword steady. Who gave you the courage to boast like this?
Insolence. What right do you have to know such secrets? Back then, my patriarch tampered with the blade of Aeon, causing the mortal immortal to fail at opening the heavens and suffer grave injuries. Even if he re-emerges, he can never return to his peak condition. But my patriarch has been in seclusion for years and has achieved great power. Though he hasn't faced the Ascension trial, his power is deeper than even. The ascended Victor Zane and him.
Back then, Harold Harkin was desperate. It was my charity that changed his fate. But he repaid kindness with treachery, feeling no shame, only pride.
Lucian Everlight.
Stop this at once.
Continuing to resist will only
hasten your demise.
But we are not to be underestimated. If we all attack, how many moves can you withstand?
Lucien Everlight.
If you harm the master in the slightest,
I'll spend my entire fortune
to gather all cultivators
and hunt you to the death. You've already killed Marcus Harkin. Your crime is unforgivable. If you kill Richard Harkin too, Patriarch Harkin's rage will cause the entire imperial capital to be washed in a river of blood. Is that the scene you wish to see?
When the day comes that Patriarch Harkon brings chaos to the world, you will be the one to blame.
Lucien Everlight.
Let him go.
Your defeat is certain. No matter how you struggle, there's no escape.
Lucien Everlight, if you die, the chaos ends. Why don't you just kill yourself? Do one last good deed.
Do it.
Iris, do it. Give Lucien Everlight a quick death.
Whether I act or not
is meaningless now.
All the masters of the imperial capital are gathered here. No matter how strong Lucien Everlight is, does he think he can suppress the entire world alone?
Look.
Even the people from the Order of the Unborn Blade can't be bothered to help him.
Brother Nathan, do something.
Ants are just ants. Even in a swarm, they can be crushed with a single step.
From this day on, the Harkon dynasty is erased from this world.
You, how dare you, the Patriarch's wrath will leave 1,000,000 corpses. Do you really want to destroy this era of peace?
Lucien Everlight, we are both cultivators.
Today, you single-handedly start an age of chaos.
Aren't you afraid of the karmic debt?
That will prevent your reincarnation.
Demon.
In this world, you are the greatest demon. It's all over.
I've heard Patriarch Harkin
is extremely protective. This is terrible. 2 of his descendants are dead.
If he comes looking for trouble,
we We'll all be implicated.
Lucian Everlight, do you see? Your very existence brings misery to everyone. You bring trouble to everyone you know.
You're a curse.
A plague. Why don't you just die?
Harold Harkin's sabotage of the Blade of Aeon set our world's cultivation back a century. If not for him, 5 years ago our world would have seen countless people achieve apotheosis. He is the one who brought chaos to the people. He is the one who plagued the nation. I am eradicating the Harkin dynasty to enact heavenly justice. How could that create karmic debt? With just me and my sword. The heavens and earth bow before me, and immortals lower their gaze. How could I be troubled by the ethereal power of karmic debt anyway?
Who are you?
A mortal man I was, on a path beyond the dust. Severing the ties of the mortal world. 1,000 years to forge a blade. I looked back. An immortal at last.
You are. Iris, what is it? What is Lucian Everlight's identity?
That has you so terrified. It's the Blade of Aeon. Lucian Everlight. You really are the mortal immortal.
Old friend, you've been silent for far too long.
Let's wash the blade.
The legendary mortal immortal actually came from my Quinn lineage.
And we were busy seeking other paths, serving others like slaves.
It turns out the Quinn house is the biggest joke in the world.
Lucian Everlight. You're the mortal immortal. Why didn't you tell me sooner? If you had told me earlier, I would have treated you completely differently.
Richard Harkin once said the Blade of Aeon was a broken sword.
Lucian Everlight, you've used the same trick. On me before.
Today you're trying it again.
The mortal immortal said that on the day he re-emerged,
he would open the celestial gate with his sword.
Lucian Everlight.
If you want to prove you are the mortal immortal, you must show us what you're capable of.
"5 years ago, I was betrayed by a villain and failed to fulfill my great vow. Today, my power has returned to its peak, and the Blade of Aeon is even sharper. I will once again fight the heavens. I wield the Blade of Aeon to open the heavens."
He failed.
More than failed. It didn't even make a ripple. Lucian Everlight. You're like a clown.
No skill, just a big mouth.
Opening the heavens.
Is that supposed to be easy? Throughout history, there has only been one mortal immortal.
The ether essence
is pouring back.
It's ether essence.
The essence is nourishing my body.
Lucian Everlight, he succeeded in opening the heavens.
From now on in our land,
everyone can cultivate.
I can't believe it. How can he be the mortal immortal?
At this point,
we have no choice but to believe.
Even
if he isn't the mortal immortal.
With the power
to open the heavens with a single sword, he's far beyond anyone we can afford to provoke.
One man, one sword.
Has completely changed the fate of our nation. It's unbelievable. The future of our land will be an age of unprecedented prosperity. A person like this,
with such great merit on his side.
How could he?
Fear being bound by karmic debt.
I was actually trying to steal a woman from the mortal immortal.
You wretched son. Kneel and apologize to the mortal immortal now. If you don't get his forgiveness, you might as well be dead.
This golden light is miraculous. Though I have no cultivation, I can already feel it extending my life.
Evelyn, you're not happy.
The ether reversal has given many who were near their trial the chance to achieve apotheosis. What about Patriarch Harkin? He's already an Earthborn immortal. With the ether essence on his side, won't his power become even more terrifying?
You're worried. I can't defeat him.
Normally. I would have no doubt you could beat him.
But now?
Your greatest weapon is busy battling the heavens. How can you, in your mortal form, fight the terrifyingly powerful Patriarch Harkin?
Evelyn.
I have slain over 100 immortals, making them fear to step into this mortal world. The blade of Aeon is a divine weapon because I wield it. It is not that I need it to open the heavens. Even if this Herald Harkin succeeds in his Ascension trial, killing him will be as easy as killing a dog.
Miss Quinn, do not worry. The Grandmaster, though, known as a swordsman, never said that swordsmanship is all he knows.
Lucien Everlight. Come and die.
Patriarch Harkin is here.
Lucien Everlight.
Come and die.
Lucien Everlight. You've killed 2 members of the Harkin dynasty in a row. You truly have a death wish.
Evelyn, wait for me a moment. Nathan, protect Evelyn for me.
As you command.
Wait here while I go slaughter a dog.
Patriarch Harkin Lucien Everlight's true identity is the mortal immortal, the master of the blade of Aeon.
You think I don't know who he is? So what if he is the mortal immortal? So what? My power has already reached its peak. I wouldn't fear him even at his strongest. I'm not afraid. Besides, he's now a half-crippled wreck from his severe injuries. You don't even have the blade of Aeon in your hand. How will you face my primordial power? Patriarch Harkin, your fortune is as vast as the heavens. Your power is unmatched.
The moment I saw you,
my admiration for you
became like a surging river, endless and unstoppable. From now on, the Rains family pledges eternal loyalty to the Harkin house.
The Patriarch's power is unfathomable. How can a mere mortal immortal compare?
You two at least know your place. I've been in seclusion for years at my current level of power. Even if the ascended Victor Zane returned to the mortal world, he would be no match for me. Otherwise, why do you think Frederick Zane stands behind me?
3 moves.
What do you mean?
If you can withstand my 3 moves, I won't kill you.
You think you're the same man you were 5 years ago. Back then, you were invincible.
And I
was nothing but a slave guarding your sword. Now you're like a toothless tiger. While I am at my peak.
Without the blade of Aeon, what will you use to fight Patriarch Harkin Lucien Everlight? You should make peace with him.
It's his own fault. Lucien Everlight was too arrogant. When a powerful enemy arrived, he chose to save his ridiculous pride and use the blade of Aeon to open the heavens. Now, with his injuries unhealed, how can he be a match for the Patriarch?
It's been a winding road, but the outcome is as I predicted. The Harkin dynasty will reach the pinnacle. And as for Lucien Everlight, his fate is sealed.
Never mind 3 strikes. What about 30 or 300? If you can make me move even an inch, I'll consider it your win. Everyone present, whoever is willing to pledge loyalty to my Harkin dynasty, I, the Patriarch, guarantee I will treat you all as my own.
The Halden family is willing to serve the Patriarch and follow your lead.
We will follow your every command.
The Harkin dynasty becoming the head of the imperial capital is what everyone wishes for.
Lucien Everlight. So what if you fulfilled your grand vow? You let everyone in Grand Sia cultivate. What does that change? Can you change the fact that you're about to die?
If you could just tone it down, you'd be the most brilliant person in this mortal world.
I was born to stand out. Why would I hide my light? Make your move. Let's see how much you've improved over the years.
As you wish. The mortal immortal. You're a once-in-a-millennium talent. A pity you had to run into me. You can't even begin to imagine the immense power I wield. It's simply magnificent. It's something you'll never reach in your entire lifetime, even if, right now, an immortal from the heavens descended, I would still be their equal.
If we weren't protected by our own energy, the sheer force from the patriarch's aura would be enough to tear our skin apart. His power is incredible.
To die by such a divine technique, the mortal immortal should consider it an honorable death.
It's a shame. The mortal immortal is truly one of heaven's chosen.
If he were at his peak,
it'd be hard to say who's stronger between the two. But today it's certain the mortal immortal will fall.
He deserves to die.
Patriarch Harkon's power is second only to the immortals themselves. In this world, he is the absolute pinnacle, crushing this Lucian Everlight. Will be effortless.
Lucian Everlight, this is all your fault, you menace. If you hadn't interfered, Evelyn would have. Already married into the Harkin house. We wouldn't be living in constant fear as a widow and her daughter. With Patriarch Harkon's protection, the Quinn lineage would have achieved supreme glory long ago. That old fool of yours must have been blind to let you into the Quinn lineage's door. What good is your high status? You didn't bring our Quinn family any benefits. Instead, you almost dragged us all to hell.
Herald Harkon, do you remember where I founded the Order of the Unborn Blade?
Of course.
It was on the Ascension terrace that I chanced
upon a few drops of an immortal's blood. Only after years of seclusion did I reach my current level.
Have you ever wondered where that immortal's blood came from if one day you cross the celestial gate? Ask the immortals which of them dares to set foot in the mortal world. An immortal's body is as fragile as clay to me. With your pathetic power, you dare to defy the heavens.
The immortal sword
is turning into rain.
Today your head will serve as a warning, a message to all the self-righteous immortals above. Any who dare descend will be shown no mercy.
I don't believe it.
Forget your pathetic power from back then. Even now you couldn't possibly scratch Aeon steel.
But I clearly...
Since the dawn of time, cultivators have sought to break the world's limits. But years ago, 100 immortals tried to use force to break through the celestial gate and wreak havoc on the mortal world. It was I who slayed over 100 of them and drew the line between the realms of mortals and immortals. Do you know why I made that vow? If everyone in Grand Shia can cultivate, then the mortal world will have no reason to fear the immortals above. If I wasn't exhausted from countless battles, and from cleaving the heavens with my sword, leaving me drained, do you think you would have stood a chance? You think you're equal to an immortal. But even if you were a real immortal, I've never given a damn about them. The four great houses. Your ambition is a cancer. You call yourselves nobles of the imperial capital.
But
your evil deeds and grave sins are unforgivable. Now I abolish the titles of the four great houses and strip you of all your power.
We obey the mortal immortal's command.
The Rain's father and son. You lack all respect and have repeatedly challenged your betters. You deserve death. The Quinn lineage has been good to me. From this moment on, the Quinn lineage is the first family of the capital protected by the Order of the Unborn Blade. Effective immediately, Nathan Lawrence will become the new Grand Master. He will take my place to protect Grand Shia and guard the mortal world. Linya, you are short-sighted and incompetent. Unworthy of the Quinn name, I hereby banish Linya and Iris Quinn from the Quinn lineage. You are now commoners.
Lucian, impossible.
Mom, we deserve this.
I've fulfilled all my vows in this world. You're the only reason I have left to stay. Will you ascend with me? My journey in the mortal world full of love and hate is over. May Grand Shia prosper. May the Quinn lineage rule this beautiful land. If Evelyn and I should ever return, do not forget that many years ago there was a mortal immortal.